Hello, everybody. I have finally made it here. Oh, thank goodness, I made it. I am ridiculously late. I am so sorry. I'm running well more than half an hour late. Um, I was, yeah. So yeah, I've been. Oh, if any of you have seen my Instagram, I have been around the bends and back. Um, I've been all across sort of more eastern Sydney. That's the best that I've been able to do. Um, that's the best that I've been able to do. Just sort of going around the place, getting testing the sausage sizzles, getting all the sausage sizzles because I can't actually vote. I was 10 months too early, 10 months too early to be able to vote. No matter how many times I tried to convince the Australian Electoral Commission and went very, very, very deep into political theories and government procedures and operations, they still haven't changed their mind, so I will still have to wait. So, anyways, we're currently so yeah, so if any of you have known that if if any of you know how if any of you know what's been happening, so over the past few months, there's been a huge campaign which will be ending today. Thank goodness, because it's been ridiculous. How how many silly stuff there's been going on. But yeah, there's been here in Australia we've been having a referendum on we've been having a referendum here about if Australia should establish an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice under the Constitution. It basically just be an advisory committee elected by First Nations people, um, which would which would advise government which would advise the government about First Nations policies, because most of the government how the system has been working at the moment hasn't really worked. It hasn't worked at all, and often they don't really listen. So that's been the whole point of that's basically what would happen if the voice would pass. But looking at this, this looks bad. So just a few minutes ago, about 6 minutes ago, polls have now closed in South Australia. Northern Territory would have so in South Australia they've closed. In the Northern Territory should be soon, followed by Western Australia. They're sort of 3 hours afterwards. But looking at this, this looks to be a quite overwhelming no. At the moment, it is it it's looking like even worse than the polls, even worse than what the polls were saying. Um, Here. We're looking at about two thirds of the Australian people voting no. With only about with 63% of the population saying no, 36% saying yes. By the way, this is only 0.4% of a vote right now, where it will take it's going to take a little while for all the votes to come on in, especially as quite a lot of people have done postal voting as a part of a procedure, government procedure and all of that. For postal votes, they have to wait about 13 days to make sure that all the postal votes have been delivered. So it could be up to 2 weeks until we know the results. But looking at this, although the gap is narrowing a bit, it looks like people who've been. So here we go. Linda Burney has been have been so this is Linda Burney's thoughts on it at the moment. We're but it's looking to be even further. It is narrowing. The first thing that we can see is that nothing from Queensland has come on out yet, because the polling hasn't closed yet. They will close in about half an hour. And in New South Wales, Victoria, Tassie, they're closed. The ACT and Northern Territory, they go to the national vote. This is just the states that get their own thingy. So yeah, Queensland hasn't closed yet. South Australia has just closed, so that's gonna take a little while till we find. Western Australia isn't gonna close for quite a long time. So yeah, so we're looking. So it's looking like it could be quite a long time until we find out what's happening. But anybody who's in the Yes campaign, it's not looking good. It looks like that the No camp, which is pretty predictable, because unfortunately the Yes campaign have not explained it well. I think that I think it's reactionary to what happened in the 1999 referendum, where they explained so much into every itty bitty bitty detail of the republic, in where where a lot of the time people didn't even know what was happening. We would be they it turned into a situation where it wasn't should we have a republic or not. It became what kind of republic we want, and it turned into what kind of republic we want, and that meant the that meant that because basically the population was divided into should we have a republic where the president is elected by 2/3 of the vote, or should we have a president elected directly by the people, sort of like in the US, compared to like 2/3 is often used sort of in Europe. um and yes, and that's where the Yes campaign fractured there, and a lot of people who supported the president being directly elected went over to the No campaign. So that's how we still have, well, not no longer the Queen, but the King. We got, hello, I'm Charles. I'm over from the other side of the world, but I'm still your king. Do. I haven't even been to the country yet. Oh, something stupid like that. But anyway, so that's what we're looking at the moment. If any of you during because I will be keeping an eye on this throughout, and I'll sort of read. So basically, what we're looking at the moment with the voice. So for a referendum to succeed, to be able to succeed, this is how we can make amendments to the constitution. You must have both 50% of the national vote, which includes the territories. To they must have You must have at least 50%, half of the population supporting the referendum, and then you must have half of the states supporting it. So you can see here that this is split up into the different states. So say, like, if more than half of the people from New South Wales, half of the voters from New South Wales support the referendum, um, that will mean New South Wales will support it. And um, and that's the same for the other 6 states, not the territories. Territories go into the national vote, so not the ACT, not the Northern Territory, all the other overseas, like Norfolk Island, Christmas Island, and all that. Um, but we must have, but you must have a majority of the states. So 4 out of the 6 states must support it. At the moment, if you're, we got about 1% of the vote counted, so it's gonna take a little while. This can change at any moment, but at the moment, it's looking, um, there is a majority in all the states, in all the states in New South Wales, that have closed and have started counting. New South Wales, Victoria, Tasmania, they've all voted no. Yeah, I'm still on here. And then also a majority of the people have voted no as well. So see it. So there's I think that in the inner west of Sydney, there's a huge amount of support. Like there was I only saw one person in all the inner west who voted no. And then I was speaking to some of the volunteers when this guy came on over going, "No, I don't want to vote yes." It was the first person in it for that whole day, and probably the only ones who voted no from what we're aware of. So we can look at the full results here. This is the full results, current national support, and we can sort of, here we go. This is much better here. This is much better here. So yeah, there's nowhere near enough votes to be able to see what's going to happen here. But if you're in the yes campaign, you're not in a good situation at the moment. So see, it says South Australia there. South Australia only 5.2%. This is gonna change. This is gonna change. But yeah, but we're just looking at this. And then these are the current electorates as well. We can zoom in here. So we can zoom in here to Sydney. You can see here, I didn't really go out west. I probably should have gone out west to actually see what was happening. I was only just in basically yes territory. Bradfield, it was sort of like Bradfield, it's sort of half and half, yes and no there. But in West, like Grainler, that's the electorate that was in Grainler. Very clear, yes. And you can sort of see this east-west divide in Sydney here. The ACT, of course, they're going to be voting yes. There. This is sort of like dividing between progressives and conservatives here at the moment. So you can see that clear divide between eastern Sydney and western Sydney just along here. But yeah, I think it's going to be looks like it's going to be pretty similar result to the Republic referendum. Only places with it's only just the electorate of Grey that they have results so far. Like they're like this is outback out no like this is like Grey is a huge electorate there, and of course it's 94% no. But anyway, so that's the electorates there. So you can see Adelaide, Aston, Ballarat, Banks, Barker, and all that. These are federal electorates, by the way. So this is how all the federal electorates are going at the moment. But yes, this is what it's looking like at the moment. So yeah, so we'll probably because this used to be until very recently was liberal heartland, now turning into teals maybe. But this is pretty much they're all like this because even though that they're all liberals around here, they are like sort of the North Shore, they're all liberals there. But they're a lot more progressive. They're a lot more progressive in voting. There are progressive liberals. You get sort of the more moderate liberals here that are sort of financially economically conservative, and then you but socially are a lot more progressive. So that's why you're seeing that compared to other places like other like liberal heartlands where they might be where they're both economically conservative and socially conservative as well. So that's why Cunningham, they're getting there's quite a strong yes vote there. But yeah, by the way, all this is going to go into the national tally. It's not going to be like ACT is the first yes state. They no, they don't get that because they're not a state. ACT, Northern Territory, Australian Capital Territory, Northern Territory. Just making that clear. Oh, this is a strong one. Melbourne's looking pretty strong for the Yes campaign. But yeah, this is sort of after here you get a lot of people who are just but here we go. These are some pretty close areas. Banks, Watson, Reed there. Also same in Mitchell and Greenway there. But yeah, this is gonna change. Hughes, this is the Shire. This is the Shire. It's gonna be that's the Shire for you. But anyways, we're looking up more here. We're gonna look, but yeah, like ACT strong support for the yes, but at the moment it's looking pretty like New South Wales 4.5% of the vote, Tassie 5.6%. But yeah, it's not looking too good, unfortunately. So yeah, so that's the situation that we have at the moment. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is that if any of you want to talk about it's if you would like to talk about like your reactions to the so if any of you have like your reactions to the to the results and sort of give your own analysis as to what's happening, and if you feel comfortable to maybe how you voted or your opinions on like yes or no and stuff like that. So yeah, so we'll keep an eye on this throughout the journey at the moment. So yeah, so I'll just join. So yeah, anybody who wants to join, just come on over. Um, just join just there. But yeah, this is looking to be quite strongly no. Very, very like this is quite early at the moment, but this is yeah pretty okay, so what we're getting at the moment, just going to bring up the national results here. It is starting to close here, so it looks like a lot of people who voted who came in like the first votes that they're counting is mainly no. It is starting to thin a bit. We've got 40% for yes, 59.9% for no, so it is getting closer at the moment. So yeah, at the moment, let's have a look. Yeah, Queensland, Western Australia, and South Australia. We're not going to hear from them for a long time. New South Wales, Victoria. We don't know what's happening with that. But yeah, Tassie is looking quite strongly no. This is so far has been the strongest no so far. 61.4%, 5.6% of the vote coming in, so it's looking pretty strongly no at the moment. So, anyways, we got a few more. We got person join. We got two people joining in at the moment. So we'll just get them here as well.
Hello.
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 I am trying new food place in suburb that I will not name.
Somewhere near Bankstown.
I'm not my dad's house. It's in the Shire. That's all I will be telling everyone.
Okay, in the Shire. Okay then. So, what do you think about this result?
I think it should be majority yes.
Yes, I also think it should be a majority yes. I am mad that the Shire is majority no. I'm mad.
Well, the Shire is pretty socially conservative.
Yeah, I know, but I'm mad about it.
Here we go. Member for Cook. Guess who's the MP here?
No.
In Cook. That sounds like a Macca's, but anyways, it's ScoMo's. He's the member for Cook. ScoMo.
Oh.
So that's his little spot there.
Matthew. I was considering. I'm actually considering maybe doing some sort of coverage or something like that myself on the voice referendum, and I just found out there's actually an option. It says stream this to your audience, so I'm not too sure how it works, but I think I might be able to actually live stream via my channel to your live stream as well.
Oh, okay.
Would you like me to try it, or do you want it just to be on your channel? I can do a separate
You
one.
can you can try it. You can try it. We'll just experiment.
Thank you, Dad.
Yeah, I'll test it.
Thank you, Dad.
Sit it down and then I'll take over. Alright, some mac and cheese and some salad. Alright?
My food has arrived.
Macaroni and cheese.
That's just part of it, because why?
Yeah.
Would you like food review? It looks okay.
Oh, I should take off this banner. I should say that's stupid of me. I should take off that banner. That's stupid of me. The live stream has started. It has started. It has started. It has started. Well and truly started.
Yay, wooden cutlery. Amazing.
Yay.
Single macaroni and cheese.
Okay, we've got another person joining here as well.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm at a restaurant.
Oh, you're at a restaurant. Sounded like a train for a minute.
Yeah.
So,
Matthew?
Yeah?
Tomorrow I'm going to go to the Tramway Museum because they have an event on.
Oh yeah, Tramway Museum. Yeah, I might be going there tomorrow. We'll just see how we go.
Matthew, tell me if you are going, okay?
I will let you know.
Thank you,
in another
Matthew.
time, in another place.
It looks like if I was to stream via my channel, it's the exact same as doing my own live stream. So I'm now considering whether I should stream via my channel to your live stream, or do I do my own separate stream? What do you think I should do?
Just stream over here. Just stream over here. It'll be fine.
All right, I'll set it up now.
That means that people sort of aren't sort of separated at the same time. You know.
Yeah, because it would be a bit kind of hard for people who would want to watch both of our streams. So yeah, I'll start a stream now.
Anyway, so let's have a look here. Let's have a look at some more. We have some more results coming in here. So we got Wentworth has become quite firmly that's now yes. Kingsford Smith is yes. Grainler is yes. I'm not surprised about that. Winger is yes. McKellar's yes. Bradfield has just been confirmed as yes. Benelong has just been confirmed as yes. North Sydney's getting close. Sydney is probably going to get a yes. Okay, Cook has been just confirmed as no.
No!
Hughes, Banks, Barton, Watson, Blackstone, Reed, Parramatta, Mitchell, Barawa, Chifley, McMahon, Fowler, Werawa, Lindsay, Macquarie, Hume, Carver, Robertson. Barawa's getting an over. Jeez, look at that. Dobell, Hunter, Patterson, Newcastle, very low vote, but it's getting a yes so far. Shortland is no, but basically, other than that, and also Fenner's getting yes, but that's because they just basically Jervis Bay uses the same one as this Northern electorate of the ACT, and they're not a part of the state vote. But yeah, at the moment, you can very easily see the east-west divide of Sydney here, very, very, very clearly here. But yeah, it's pretty much, other than sort of northeastern and sort of northeastern the northern suburbs and the eastern suburbs of Sydney, and also Wollongong, and also Newcastle, and then also the electorate of Richmond, so sort of up near Murwillumbah, and that's like Byron Bay. That's like Byron Bay over there. Of course, of course, Byron Bay will vote yes. It's Byron Bay. So yeah. Other than
Matthew.
that, New South Wales is very solid no. Parks here, big no. In Melbourne inner suburbs is even though it's quite a low vote, looking like it's getting a yes there. Caldwell hasn't had anything yet. So it's sort of most of Melbourne here, except for like the outer suburbs like Lalor, Gorton, no, and sort of Menzies is sort of like the northeastern suburbs, sort of up here, like sort of like around Hurstbridge. They're no, but everything else is yes. Everything else is yes there. Adelaide, sort of nothing's really around for most of Adelaide. Hindmarsh, sort of around Outer Harbour, that's getting Port Adelaide, that's getting a no. So that's sort of around Gawler area. That's the only place that's getting yes so far. So in about 1 minute, polling will close in Queensland. If you are in Queensland and if you don't vote now, you are screwed. Big time. I'm gonna personally deliver the fine to you.
Yes.
See it. So that's what we're
Matthew.
gonna. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hang on. Let me just get you all back on here.
Today, we went to go get some plants for the garden, some flowers for the garden bed, considering we ripped out a bunch of trees that they didn't like. So we got a bunch of nice flowers. Although one flower that I wish I could have got was a waratah. I tried convincing my dad, it failed.
A waratah flower.
I wanted a waratah.
Oh, that would actually have been pretty nice.
This fry is soggy.
Was that delivered by your dad's food distributors?
I don't think this place is. Matthew.
If they are, and you say that they're soggy, make your dad destroy them.
Matthew.
Yeah?
You know the little cafe in Hornsby Station?
Yep.
Turns
Very
out my
well.
dad supplies that.
Oh,
See the
shush.
text.
Oh,
If you didn't see the text I sent you, my dad supplies that.
yep. Yeah, I saw that. Anyways, sorry, that was supposed to be originally for the premiere of the Asset Tour, but I've delayed that by about a day so I could make this.
That's yes. Hey guys, look, bread.
Yay. Very rare bread. World's best bread. The best bread. Nobody can beat it.
I haven't talked to my friend that hates trains since Thursday. It feels
Why?
good. I don't know, because he hasn't tried to contact me.
Can I make him contact you?
Oh god.
Well, this guy that hates trains is gonna be the most hated person in Sydney soon.
Yes.
Even worse than like Abe Saffron. Anyways, we're getting quite a lot of votes coming in now. We are looking. Yeah. We got South Australia coming on in. We're we're getting quite a lot of votes here now. Let me just go and just grab that now, just here. So yeah. So anyways, at the moment we have about the national vote is reducing. It is reducing, but no is still ahead. New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia, Tassie, they're all saying no at the moment. So we're looking at it doesn't look too good. We're still waiting for Queensland and Western Australia to get involved. But unless if one of these states flips tonight, the referendum will not pass. It will not pass unless if one of these states flip. Nothing's it's not
Oh
gonna
no!
pass. No way.
Oh no! Oh no! 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 No!
So anyways, we're looking at only 42% New South Wales, 45% in Victoria, 41% in Tassie. They support the Yes campaign. Only place where it's ACT 64.8% of the vote, but they don't add up to the state majority results. You can see the territory results here, so that's quite solid for the ACT. Barawa has flipped around again, so that's really close. Electorate of Barawa, that's quite close. That's the only time that I've said, "Oh my goodness, the electorate of Barawa is close." Only time that I've ever had to say that. Feta very strongly, yes. Same with Canberra and Bean. Bean is very solidly yes. Goldstein, like here we go. We're looking here, like sort of around Mornington area. That's very close. There, Corio, that's pretty close to that. Corio, sort of around Geelong area. But yeah, it's Melbourne looks like it's pretty solid. Yes, and then over sort of around like McMahon, Rowa, MacArthur, Lindsay. I should have gone out west. I should have gone out west and talked to some of these people rather than just being stuck in my little northeast and upper North Shore area. Yeah. But anyways, Reader's turning around there, so sort of a yes is sort of, and Barawa's just flipped a no again. This is really close here, really close just here. But yeah, this is gonna just flip on around all night. But at the moment, it's probably gonna look like that a no campaign is gonna be pretty strong just there. There could be a chance like the Victoria is pretty close, as you can see. Victoria is pretty close. That has potential there, but south but yeah, like but most other places it's looking pretty strong. No, even in New South Wales. I see. Like there are surprise, a lot of people live out in Western Sydney. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, you should be able to join. You should be able to join via iPad if you just use your regular browser. It's not as good as on a laptop, but you can but you can do it on like Safari. You can if you use Safari, you should be able to join that way. I've done it before. I did it this afternoon. Now,
Matthew?
let me just double check. There is, I believe to be honest, I haven't been checking this, but I think I'm just gonna double check. Here we go. So, today is also, I should have added this into the title. Today, is the New Zealand general election as well. So I'm going to keep an eye out on this as well. So we're gonna be having a look here. So basically what they have here. So I'm currently using. Hang on, sorry. There's something wrong with the microphone. It's getting a bit annoying. I'm hearing myself repeating over and over and over and over again. Can you please make sure that I don't repeat over and 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 over again?
Matthew?
Please?
Matthew? I just realized I'm kind of pulling a thing that you did on TSET stream. I'm streaming in public
Woohoo. But anyways, what heat map? I'm just using the Guardian. Normally I'd use the ABC, but today I'm using the Guardian. I'll be using the Guardian for that, and then New Zealand electoral result. Oh, bit of a spoiler there. I'm not gonna do that quite yet. But anyways, so I'm using the Guardian. You can check it for yourself on the Guardian. It's free. It's free, so you can use that. So, anyways, what I'm going to so at the moment in with New Zealand, how they do it is that you're electing in the lower house. You're electing people how you do it is that and I think let me just double check, but I think they might. I'm just gonna double check so that I can make sure that I just confirm myself. But I think is I'm being very careful. Okay, look, first result that I got is New Zealand. Is New Zealand socialist? Is New Zealand socialist? Is New
What the?
Zealand in Europe? Is New Zealand in Australia? Is New Zealand a democracy? Is New Zealand a country? Is New Zealand a developed country? Is New Zealand part of Australia? Is New Zealand safe? Is New Zealand a republic? And is New Zealand bigger than the UK? That's just stupid.
Yes.
But anyways, is New Zealand under British rule? Yeah, so anyways, the New Zealand Parliament, so the New Zealand Parliament, so it's a unicameral, unicameral, so that means that there's only one house compared to here where there's two. It's just one here. So what we do. So anyways, what you do is that you can elect your own local MP constituency. You vote for your constituency local MP, and then what you do is that you put in your favorite party. You tally your favorite party, and then there's two and then basically there's two people that get elected. You get in your local constituency, and then just somebody whoever's picked by the party. So that's how they do it. That is how they do it. So anyways, I'm trying to see where is the heat map. Can I have a heat map here? Guardian, can I just want to
Give us the heat map.
But anyways, at the moment, it's looking like that the it looks like Labour is losing, which is the current party at the moment. The current government in New Zealand is Labour. Which is what Jacinda Ardern used to be leader of. But the Nationals seem like that they're winning, and that they are winning. Because there's been about a third of the votes counted, and currently, the Nationals are projected to have 53 seats, followed by Labour's 32 at the moment. So it's looking like it's going to be pretty. It's gonna be looks like they're going to. Let me just look up.
One sec.
So yeah, so it just so happens to be on the same day. So anyways, here we go. This is more handy here. I'm just gonna remove you for a minute. I'm just gonna be by myself for a minute. So anyways, this is what we're looking at the moment. So we have at the moment there's about 38% of the vote at the moment. There's about over a million people have voted. So we've got about well over a quarter at the moment. So we're looking at the moment. So it's looking like at the moment, looking at the votes here and looking how many places, it's looking like it's pretty clear that the National Party is going to win, and Chris Luxon is going to be the new Prime Minister for New Zealand. So that's what it's looking like at the moment. Current Prime Minister there, Would he be one of the let me just double check, but he might become the shortest serving prime minister in let me have a look. List of New Zealand prime ministers, but I think he might be the shortest serving become the shortest serving prime minister in Kiwi history. In Kiwi history. Shortest serving, which would be a pretty big deal on here. Shortest serving prime minister would be he would be let me just double check on here. The shortest serving prime minister. Oh, this is stupid. There's actually been there's been about 4 prime ministers that have lasted less than 100 days. Chris Hipkins will be one of the shortest serving, not the shortest serving, but one of. So on here, so we have the shortest serving was actually the first one. Henry Civil, who only lasted 13 days. It was the first one, and he only lasted 13 days on the job. Followed by Francis Bell, 20 days. William Halley Jones, 57 days. Mike Moore, 59 days. Thomas Mackenzie, 104. Followed by George Waterhouse, 143. Daniel 224 days, followed by Chris Hipkins, 259, and then Jack Marshall, and then that's when you start to get to like over a year, and then longest serving prime minister, you lasted for 4,791 days. Richard Seddon, he would have been, he was around for. No, he would be 13 years. 13 years as prime minister. On there. So, anyways, let's keep on double checking. So here we go. So National Party, 41% of the vote, 52 seats. Labour's going to get 32. It's the same. National Party 52, Labour 32, Greens 13. ACT New Zealand, ACTA New Zealand, haven't heard of them too much. 12 seats, they seem to be pretty big. New Zealand First, New Zealand, they were almost wiped out last time. They're coming back. 8 seats, and Tea Party Maui. Tea Party Maui, the Maui Party. They've got a lot of seats. They've got 6. They used to only have like about 2. But anyways, and there's others like the Opportunities Party. They've just missed out on seats. Same with New Zealand Oil. New Seal, probably something about teals. Legalised cannabis. Freedoms New Zealand. Democracy New Zealand. Animal Justice Party. New Conservatives. Women's Rights Party. Leighton Baker Party. New Nation Party. They're not getting anything. Anyways, with The Voice, how are we looking at The Voice at the moment? We got about the vote is narrowing here. It's looking like that, but it is got all 4 states saying no. No 55, yes 44. So it is narrowing, but it's 13% of the vote, 14% now. But still not looking too good. Best case, so okay, we're getting some results from Queensland now. 11%, yes. This is not going to last like this forever. But 47.5% of 47.5% of the vote there. But yeah, best maybe Victoria might vote yes. Though that's looking pretty close. But yeah, already Tassie here, they're probably quite solidly no. ACT is voting yes, but we know that's not going to happen. Bradfield's getting pretty solid there for yes. No is gaining ground in Barawa. Parramatta still no. So there's still quite a lot of no's there. But yeah, there's quite a lot of solid yes in Melbourne, like Kooyong, that used to be, that was pretty solid, a Liberal for quite a long time. But anyway, so that's what we're looking at just there. Just gonna get a few more people who've just been trying to join. I'll just get them all in now. Just get them to join. They might not be ready yet, so I'm just gonna just hold on off for a minute. But anyways, let's. But yeah, it's still still undecided at the moment. We don't know what's gonna with the voice. It's the yes campaign is now like the no campaign had a big advantage at the start, but it is narrowing. But is it enough? Probably not, because remember, even if a majority of people here say yes, we still have to deal with this. If there is 3 or more states, like here we go. So only 2 states can say no. You need some to flip. You'd need yeah. So you would need quite a few to flip. You'd need yeah, you would need 2 of these to flip, and make sure that Queensland and Western Australia go to yes for them to win. Otherwise, even if we get to a point tonight where a majority of people say yes, if the states say no, that's it. There's no more. You can't do anything else. And by the way, yeah, but yeah, like this is looking in South Australia. Oh my goodness! Here we go. We're getting results. Boothby is literally the only electorate in federal electorate in all of South Australia that has voted yes. Everybody else is no. What will be interesting is that once we start getting votes sort of around, it will be interesting to see how people in Lingari vote, because they have a lot of First Nations people that live there. It'll also be interesting to see what happens up in Leichhardt as well, because you get the Torres Straits up there as well, and in Lingari you get Arnhem Land, which traditionally has been sort of considered in Aboriginal culture sort of like the heart of everything, Arnhem Land. And then also you get Alice Springs there, and Darwin, and there's a lot of First Nations people that live in the Northern Territory, and also up in Northern Queensland as well. And then you also get a lot of people in Sydney as well, inside of Sydney as well. Don't know yet. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in Lingari and Leichhardt. It'll be very interesting to see these results. See if they're voting yes or voting no. Well, that will be interesting to see about that. So yeah. So anyways, looking at this, it's looking more likely than not that there's going to be, and then also okay, we're getting updates about we're getting updates here at the moment about the New Zealand. By the way, anybody who wants to both about the, I really should go and just let me just go and just update the title. I'm going to go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and update everything here. I'll be back in a few minutes. Just stand by here, please. Stand by. Actually, hang on. Let me just. Oh, come on. Okay, let me just go and just fix up some things, and then I'll be back shortly. See, so just wait. Okay, then I'm back. By the way, if anybody wants to, about both, if you have any information at all, any additional information, or you have any, or your reaction to it, or your opinions, or anything like that, just pretend like we're on 2GB. You can join the stream to discuss it further, on the link that will be shown up in the live chat for both YouTube and for Instagram. Not Instagram, Twitch. Sorry, both for YouTube and for Twitch. So we've got Matt Conto here.
Hello, Matthew, and the
Hello.
live stream. I'm in car.
You're in a big car.
Okay, 1 second. I must break the law because the seats next to me on my car are... What? No, I'm laying down like this. I had to break the law because I had to unbuckle my seatbelt even though
We're not going to allow people to break the law here. Thank you. There we go. Anyways, if you wish to not break the law, if you don't break the law, you can join here. You can join over here to discuss further about both the New Zealand election and also the voice referendum. I can so anyways, let's see how things are still going, how things are going over in well, it's only been up there like 3 minutes, so it's been nothing too much has. I'm just checking here. Nothing too much has changed in voice referendum land, and nothing too much. Well, let's talk about more about the New Zealand election. To be honest, I I haven't really been checking about the New Zealand election, unfortunately, because I don't live in New Zealand. It's not going to affect too much about my daily life unless if somebody here, or somebody in New Zealand gets elected, and the first thing that he says is, "I hate Australia," and that would be yeah, that would be stupid. But anyways, let me just so I'm just gonna bring up so this is how we're looking at the moment. So yeah, so with 43.5% of the vote at the moment, it's pretty clear for that it's pretty clear here that Labour is not going like Labour. There's no way that Labour can get a majority of seats. It's just even a coalition with the Greens and the Maori Party, or even doing New Zealand First. That's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. The Nationals aren't going to get to a majority, but they could get either the Greens or Act New Zealand. They could go and get Act New Zealand or the Greens as a coalition, and that would get them just over the majority to be able to form government. So it'd be a national minority government. By the way, the polls would have closed a long time ago because they're about 2 hours, but they're about 2 hours ahead of us. So yeah, so it's 7:30 here. It would be 9:30 over there. So anyways, of course, if it's no. The answer is no. That's the no campaign are winning. They are winning. That it's as simple, clear as crystal. It's clear as crystal. The answer is no. No, it's not happening. So yeah, it's pretty clear at the moment. Looking at this, that there's been. I think it's going to be quite. It's looking quite similar to the Republic referendum results at the moment. So let's go back. This is the last time that we had a referendum, and we haven't had one since. We had back in 1999. Aussie John will remember this. He will remember this. Here, this is how the 1999 Republic referendum went. Oh, shush you. But anyways, this is what it looked like here. So there was across Australia there was every state voted no. And you can see along here, you can see very similar results just along here. You can see that divide between East and Western Sydney here. You can see just along here. Everybody in the East supported the Republic. Everybody out West said no. In Newcastle they said yes. To the same with most of Melbourne. But still, even then, every state, yeah. So pretty much every state here, they all voted no. They all voted no, just along here. So that's what happened last time. Every state said no, and not a majority of people. And a majority of people voted no. So this is what it looked like along here. So they wanted. So there. So there was actually two things that they did. They wanted a preamble to the Constitution, which would have recognized First Nations people, by the way. No. To that. And then ditching the Queen. and having a president of Australia. Everybody said no. But yeah, there was quite a lot of people that said no. You can see here. So this is basically what it was. ACT said yes. But every other state and the majority of people said no. And with the preamble, it was even more unpopular. Like not even people from the ACT liked it. So everybody said no to the preamble. So yeah, it obtained a majority in no states and did not get a majority of the nation. So it was no. So the answer was no. So anyways, yeah. This is basically the problem. Just here. Anyways, we're having a look here at the moment. This is we're gonna go now. Yeah, the Republic model because basically what the Republic referendum did, they just went and the discussion stopped being about should we have a republic and turn into what kind of republic that we had. Like even Johnny Howard said, "Oh yeah, I would like to have a republic," but yeah, but it just went in. But yeah, even though Johnny was John Howard, he was a bit flip flop on the idea. But yeah, but it turned into because what was decided in the Constitutional Convention that recommended the public referendum, which was by the way done in Old Parliament House in Canberra, Peter Gravyland. He what they decided to do was that the president would be elected by two thirds of the majority, but people on the no side. There was, of course, people who said, "I love the Queen. I swore loyalty to the Queen, and I will protect her to death." That ended on the 8th of September, 2022. But anyways, but yeah, they, but yeah, it turned, but a lot of people went and ditched the Yes campaign because they supported two thirds of the Parliament, have having two-thirds of the Parliament elect a new president, instead of having a president directly elected by the people. So yeah, so that caused its own issues. So yeah, so that was so yeah, so that was so that was pretty much just why there me 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 me. So yes. Anyways, what are we looking at here? So we have. So anyways, here are some more. Yeah, it's going to be elected by the parliament, not the people. Elected by two-thirds of the parliament. But yeah, and that was the issue turned into that discussion. And I think that the Voice campaign, the Yes campaign, were worried that they were going to lose that they were going to lose that the discussion, a little bit like the Republic referendum, that it was going to turn into not should a voice exist, but turn into a discussion, but turn into what kind of voice? Like, oh, how should they be elected? Oh, should they advise the government? Should they not advise the government? Should it even but their solution to stop that was to just not talk about it at all, not talk about it at all, which made people confused, and the No campaign took advantage of that. And I think also a little bit from the media, sort of, because everybody sort of about a year ago thought Yes was going to win big time. Like if it was done this time a year ago, it would have won. It would have won big time would have won. But what happened was that the No campaign were able to um because sort of everybody thought, oh well, the yes campaign will win, so we don't really let's go and just listen to the no's. So the no campaign got a lot of oxygen and a lot of energy to be able to do that, and the yes campaign didn't really get that much. Didn't they sort of got they sort of the no campaign was sort of given like a little leg up with that, and then also then also sort of they had sort of time to prepare their. But you're still here, John, and you're still here.
Yay!
You're still here.
Yes, I am still here.
Yes, you are.
Wait, let
Yes,
me
you
just
are still here.
with what Elliot was, or T-Set Transport was saying in his previous stream, DBA 5, I made something so.
The next train to arrive on platform 28 goes to City Rail via Central, Auburn, and is a bus service. As we rectify the problem at Granville in 1977.
You're expelled. But yeah, anyways, how are we going here with we're looking at we're okay, what are we looking at with the voice at the moment? We are so Western Australia, Northern Territory, polls haven't closed there. Northern Territory, the polls would have closed about 10 minutes ago. Western Australia will have theirs closed soon ish. But yeah, so anyways, we're looking at the moment every state so far is saying no, except for Western Australia. We're looking at very strong in Queensland. Well, they don't have enough votes there, but Queensland's quite. South Australia is very strongly no. Victoria is probably the most likely to change. There's about 30% of the vote. They can. They still have. They still have a bit of time here. Tassie, it's at this point, Tasmania is quite solidly no. It's no. They have voted no. New South Wales 44 to 56, looking like they're probably going to be quite solidly no. Western Australia, South Australia, quite solid no as well. They got about a quarter of the vote in. Could be a chance if there's enough yes voters, but probably not. Yeah. Probably Queensland would be the only one. I can probably say with got about 24% of the vote coming on in at the moment. I can't say anything about the I'm not quite sure because the vote has been narrowing with the national results, but I can probably say with quite I can probably say quite confidently at this time that and Western Australia is very well, I shouldn't say that, but anyways, because yeah, we can only have two states saying no. We can only have two states at the moment. Tasmania is no. Tasmania is absolutely no. New South Wales, it's looking like that way, and South Australia is also looking that way too. So we're so yeah, so that's enough to get to get up to that 3, which means the referendum doesn't pass. So I can say here with quite a lot of certainty here that this can you see that no there? That's going to be the result at the end of the day. I think that's what it's going to be at this point. All that I can say is that is that no campaign has won. I think that this is going to be a very historic day for Australia. I think that personally, I think in the end, we're going to. I think that this decision may internationally. I know that it might be different domestically. I know that people have genuine points about it, but I think it's going to stain our already pretty bad reputation about dealing with helping our First Nations people. I think it's going to stain it even more than it already is. So yeah, so that's so yeah, so I think that it's no. That's what it is. The answer is yeah. The answer, okay, yeah, 7 News called it. I can pretty much I can say that um with um with almost complete certainty that I can say with pretty much complete certainty that the almost complete certainty that almost complete certainty. I don't know about the national vote, but states which you need 4 out of the 6 states to pass. That's not going to happen, and therefore I can say that no is going to win. No is going to win. I've pretty much shielded myself away from all the news and the commentary and all that. But I can say with pretty great certainty that no is going to win. That's my final decision. If I'm wrong, yeah, you guys can go and kill me, but yeah, no is going to win. No is going to win. That's it. Anyways, with New Zealand though, let's have a look at how New Zealand is going. New Zealand, we've got about half of the votes coming in at the moment. 51 seats for the Nationals. Labour 33, Greens 13, ACT 12, New Zealand First 8. Maori Party now at 4. But still, it's a net gain of 2. Opportunities Party, and then pretty much all the other ones nil. No seats. A lot of these guys here don't even have a chance. Even like Legalized Cannabis Party, no. Opportunities Party, probably not. But yeah. These are sort of the main parties, and these are the 2 main parties, and then there's these 4 smaller parties, and then these other people don't. And then these 4 people here. So yeah, anyways, we're having a look here at the moment. New Zealand First has pretty much risen from the dead. At the moment. See it. So we're gonna be Chris Hipkins is going to be talking there. Chris Hipkins at the moment. See it, but yeah, we're looking. Yeah, we're looking. Yeah, the Nationals are gonna win. The Nationals are gonna win. Probably as a minority government with probably either ACT, New Zealand Green Party, probably most likely ACT. That will just get them just over the majority to form a government. So yeah, so that's that. Anyways. Why are you acting like an Italian? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why?
I was just waving my hands to get your attention so I could finally.
Why are you? Why are you doing this?
Ow, I hurt my wrist. Wait. This is art. This is what we had to do in art. We
Oh, art.
Yes, it's a
Is
ceramic.
that a cat?
It's based off my cat, and then I put spots on it because I had to hide some things.
Yeah.
And then because the unit was mythical creatures, I had to slap some wings and horns on it.
Anyways. And yeah, and it said on here, 6 News projects. Yeah, no. Yeah. The answer is no. This is this is yeah. The answer is
This thing is
yeah.
broken.
The answer is no. Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be yeah. So we're gonna be having a look at the moment. It's pretty clear as crystal that shush theory that yeah, no, it's gonna win. I'm gonna just make sure because I know that T-Sets Transport was talking about stealing a few things from me. Sort of doing the T-Set. Oh, what's this Ring of Fire annual solar eclipse on the
This
tomorrow
does
at
not work.
2:30 in the morning? No, I'm not going to be watching that 2:30 in the morning.
This does not work anymore. It died.
Why
It-
does it not work?
It just died. It may or may not have something to do with
Recharge it.
I have charged it, the LCD, and it is dead.
Hmm.
The screen's dead. So
Uh. Anyways. But anyways, I'm trying to. It's yeah. So the yeah. So pretty much yeah. No campaign is going to win. They're going to win. There's no question about it whatsoever. I don't know about. I'm gonna just repeat what I've just been saying. I don't know about the national vote, but the state majorities, there is just like we're getting quite a lot of results coming in from Queensland, and Queensland is quite solidly no, even worse than South Australia. Only places ACT is winning here. And then we're looking, here we go. This is how Sydney has been voting. So Mackellar, Bradfield, Bennelong, North Sydney, Warringah, Wentworth, Sydney, Grainler, which is Albo's electorate. John, your mate Albo, he's the member for this little spot there. And
Matthew,
Kingsford Smith, there, yes. Everywhere else, no. Well,
Matthew,
Newcastle is yes. And then Richmond, which is Byron Bay, but of course it's Byron Bay. There, yes. In a Brisbane, like Ryan and Brisbane, Lily and Morton, there, yes, but everywhere else in Queensland, no.
Matthew.
South Australia, only 2 electorates. Boothby and Adelaide are yes. Everywhere else, no. Down in Tassie, these are Franklin has barely voting yes, and Clark, which is in CBD of Hobart. There yes, but everywhere else in Tassie is no. Melbourne's pretty yes, but everywhere else is no. These other places, like sort of around here, like Ballarat, Corio, Casey, Holt, Flinders, they could change. They could change around, and Barawa and Robertson, Reed, Parramatta, Greenway, they could change, but everywhere else is probably not gonna change. So yeah, it's very clear. It's going to be basically the same as the Republic referendum. Referendum. Everywhere else was no, 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 no. Well, actually, there's even some places. There. Oh no, no. Actually, it's pretty much similar here. Yeah, pretty much everywhere. It's pretty much going to be the same as the Republic referendum. No, 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 no. Yes, we're showing capital territory, but they don't count. No. No, and it's just not going to carry them. And then I'm going to but yes, anyways, we're gonna sorry, I accidentally kicked you out. I'm sorry.
Matthew, this is a message for everyone.
No is in the
Anyways, see, he's yeah. Anyway, see, he's why is he losing your mateship, John? Why is he? Why is he losing that mateship? What has he done wrong to you? What has Albo done wrong to you? He's just an innocent little kid. He's just an innocent little kid. Come on, why? Why? But anyways, there are people, there is a random person who has no affiliation with me whatsoever who has passed this on to his Kiwi family and friends. So I'm gonna just talk more about the New Zealand election to keep them going. Pretty much, just over half of the pretty much half of the vote has already been counted. It's looking at the moment that the National Party are going to win. They're going to win. They are going to win the National Party. They're going to be the main party in government. It would be a minority government. They're not going to get a majority of seats. They can they could form a minority government with either ACT New Zealand or the Green Party. Probably like Green is pretty more towards the left, so probably more like ACT New Zealand. New Zealand first, they're probably not going to get enough over to be able to do a minority government with them. And the Maori Party, Tea Party Maori. They got about 4 seats at the moment. And then these other like Umbrella Party, Freedoms New Zealand, they're not going to get anything. So it's so New Zealand, it's a bit different from Australia. They have a unicameral system there, so there's no Senate, no lower house, upper house. It's just one house. It's elected. You have your like constituency elections, or you have your constituency MPs, like you like each MP represents its own district. That's about half of them. Other half is by the party. So in your ballot, you go you vote for your local MP, and then you vote for which party is your favorite, and then with that party vote, pretty much the party political party just goes and picks out whatever they want. So if you really want to have a chance, you need to be in like a political party. Independents can't really exist properly. So anyways, yeah. Oh god. So he's. So anyways. Oh, you're gonna go and speak to Tony. You're gonna go. You're gonna go. Oh, I should have gone over to well, I went to Markville. I just missed out on Joe Hayden. I would have had a little word to her. But anyways, but Albo, I could have gone up and said, "Oh, hi Tony. Hi Tony, how are you, mate? Hi Tony." Uh, Imagine back in 2013 having an election, an alternative history. Tony versus Tony. Tony Albanese and Tony Abbott. Albanese. Tony Albanese and Tony Abbott. The 2 TAs. How could that work? Anyways. Hello, dog. Goodbye, dog. But anyways, you're gonna. So yeah, hi, dog. Bye, dog. But anyway, so that's basically it. But anyways, it's gonna be at this point. It's gonna be pretty pretty predictable about what's going to happen here, and pretty much we get about 30% of the vote now. Pretty much this is when things start. Okay, we're getting this is going to be interesting here. This would be this is interesting here. So here we go. So this is the electorate for Leichhardt here. So which also includes the Torres Strait, just up there. It also, I think it doesn't include Cairns. Herbert is there. There's Kennedy, which is where Bob Catter is. So of course they're all voting no here. Of course they're all voting no. And Kennedy. There's an election in Flinders. Oh snap! Very nice. Oh snap! Out of memory. Out of memory. But anyways, yeah. I'm gonna make sure browsers don't have any memory of yourself. But anyways, here we go. So here we go. Leichhardt. We got it's not as much as other places in rural Queensland. You can see like Flynn here, 83% no. 72% no, 83% no, 76% no. Like very, very, very strongly no. Leichhardt here, about 9% of the vote in at the moment. 41% say yes, 58% say no. So it's still a majority no, but it is less than other places. So this is an interesting spot to keep an eye. And also once we get votes in the Northern Territory from Lingari, that will be pretty interesting. Like, I know there were people who were saying, "Oh, it's going to take about 2 weeks," and they said the same thing last time. Oh, it's going to take 2 weeks to find out if Dominic Perrottet loses his job. Oh, we're going to find out, and it's going to take 2 weeks to find out if ScoMo loses his job. But we find out like in just a few hours. Like it's been about 2 hours now, and it's already pretty obvious at the moment that it's a no. Yeah, it's just a no. Oh, the Mr. Potato Head of Australian politics. Oh no! Hang on. Why did I just? And I'm gonna ban these and delete their comments. No, that's stupid. I wanted to, so that if anybody wishes to join, ask their their opinions on the results and all that, or anything else that you want to talk about, join. Excluding you, sir. But yeah, anyways. If you want to join in the link. It's 8 o'clock. 8 bongs. It shows up on here. But anyways. Boy. Oh, by the way, there was a derailment today. In Tempe, there was a derailment that happened with a freight train. I was actually I was on that line about 2 weeks ago on the Tin Hair. So yes, I was on there. So we got Volgren CR 22-1 joining.
Can I ask a question? Does
Yep.
Sydney still have any bus tech ULFs in regular service?
Bus tech ULFs.
The old original ones, like the old Surfside ones. Like the original ones.
Hang on. Let me just double check.
I know Forster Bus Lines had one. It was an L94. And
so that's
there was
bus
a couple.
Bus tech. Which one?
ULF. I know there was a couple over at the Griffith area. I know if you ever rode ex Surfside 806s, that one was in Sydney for a while on the rail fleet. It's one of those ones. I've got a photo of it.
So I'm just trying to see. Look, I know there's the only bus left in Mine Babandina is a pretty old bus tech. That's Mine Babandina.
Where's the?
And then
Oh,
there's a few old bus tech sort of that used to do like the M92.
yeah. I think I can copy the image address. I'll put it in private chat. It's one of these ones. It's the private chat link.
Oh, there we go. Oh, one of those.
Yeah, they still in Sydney en route, or are they on rail fleet?
I don't know. Unfortunately, yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, but yeah, I
Because
wouldn't
I
know.
saw today one of the ones from the Griffith area at forgotten what the company was. It was I don't know. It was the red and white one, and it's now in Melbourne, and it still says bus service on the front bumper.
Okay, then I'm just going to just interrupt for just a minute. We're now finally getting some results from the electorate of Lingari just here. We're looking at this is quite solidly no. This is quite significant here. So of course it's only like 0.92% of a vote, but at the moment these are the first results that we're getting here. 25% yes, 74.46% no. This will probably change over time, but over tonight this might become a bit more narrower because it's looking like the no cat the first votes that they're getting start off with no, but yeah, so we're starting to get some results from the Northern Territory here, Lingari.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's that's because there is a significant amount of First Nations people here that live in the electorate of Lingari, especially around Arnhem Land here, which is around here, which is sort of this is basically where Australia started. Um, Human history in Australia started up in Arnhem Land, not Sydney Co. That's modern Australia history. Modern Australian history started here. Human history in Australia started here in Arnhem Land. And even then, you could probably say modern Australian history sort of started around here-ish with the Dutch. But they didn't bother to do anything with here. They were too bored and just left. Anyways, but yeah, 58% no in Leichhardt, which is not as strong as some of the other places, but still it's a no. But yeah, Lingari is pretty is a very solid no. How are we looking here in Sydney? North Sydney, Warringah. We got this is still quite solid here. We got Barawa and Benelong. This is pretty solid no. Yes is just a bit more. Like we had quite a few. Not as many as like in the inner west. Inner west like Grayner, like 77% yes. There, it's probably one of the most strongest yes areas. Grayner, especially Marrickville. I only saw one no voter. Oh, shush, Siri. Oh, it always keeps listening to me. I'm probably gonna have my watch destroyed soon. But anyways, but yeah, but Bradford when I saw volunteers there was sort of half and half. A few more yes voters, yes volunteers than no, but still sort of half and half. So yeah, so that's sort of what it's like at the moment. So.
Are there any NZ14 still running freight?
I wouldn't know. I'm sorry.
What about the last remaining 44 class?
44 plus. 44.
I think it was 40.
I wouldn't know.
Might have been 4468. I don't know. It was based around June last I checked.
I'm just gonna anyways, oh no, I punished Siri severely. That's what I did. Hopefully that will never be used against me. But anyways, we're having a look on here. What are we looking here? So Chris Hipkins has just jumped in has just left Upper Hut, his Upper Hut home, and he wasn't speaking to any media, so he's going to go over to Lower Hut, about 20 minutes down the road, and he's going to go to election night headquarters, probably to concede. He's probably going to concede defeat over there and become one of the shortest serving prime ministers in Kiwi history. And yeah, so that's it. So yeah, so in New Zealand, the Nationals are gonna win. Unfortunately, I didn't. I did take quite a few photos about Bus About and Interline, but I didn't make. I was quite exhausted. I was quite exhausted. About it. I was quite exhausted. Um, so yeah, I didn't make any videos about Bus About or Interline. I'm sorry, but I did go on them. I did go on them before they went, but I didn't make any videos. I'm sorry. There's gonna be, after I'm gonna be doing. There's 2 videos. One about Redfern Station opening and Stanmore Station opening. That will be coming out next, followed by I'll probably be filming another video to be uploaded in a few weeks tomorrow. Then I will be uploading, and then there'll be like then there'll be another one, maybe even 2 after that, and then yeah.
Question: why is the Bathurst Bullet an intercity train? Because it literally goes up to the mountains.
Well, what goes to the mountains? The Blue Mountains line. Blue Mountains line
Yeah.
is in city service.
Yeah, but it goes to Bathurst, which is
That's what Griffin says. It goes to Bathurst.
I know. Why intercity services are basically like services that go into regional
Intercity.
areas but not too far, but don't go like full regional, which is what that is. Bathurst would be classed as full regional if it was to be classed accurately, as it stretches into the countryside area of Bathurst and the Blue Mountain regions.
Anyways, that's what Gladys decided to do. That go and ask her. Go and ask her. Go over to her home, like somewhere down in Willoughby. Go over there. Go knock on the door. Gladys, better Jicklin. What? What? And you keep going. Why did you make the Bathurst Bullet an intercity service and not a regional service?
Does the Explorer still run SL15 and SL16?
So what was that?
Does the Explorer still run the SL16, SL15, and SL16 Griffith Express runs?
So that'd be the Explorer doing the Griffith services. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Run SL15 and 16.
So that's the Explorer for Griffith.
Yeah, because it was 42220, 42203 for a while. Seems kind of interesting how the Griffith Express run was the only run to ever have two doubleheader 48s fill in for 2 defective locomotives on a passenger service.
Okay. Anyways, okay, that's the answer. We own it's an intercity service because John can get there for $2.50. That's the answer. Bingo, done.
Oh. All the way from Central to Bathurst for $2.50?
Yep.
I can't go from Southern Cross to Seymour without getting charged about $5.
But it's $2.50. Well, that's for pensioner. That's the gold pensioner. It'd be more expensive. Like it'd be more around that mark for or maybe even more.
Yeah, it's a shame there's no loco haul passenger services anymore. The regular
Yeah,
regional.
that's yeah. There needs to be a desperate upgrade to the regional network. Make it faster, more efficient, more comfortable and safer.
I mean, to be honest, explorers can
More
stick
reliable.
well to a timetable, but they could develop more faults than a regular locomotive train.
Okay,
So if
let's
you really
let's
wanted
go
to
and
stick
check the
to,
real-time
yeah,
information for regional services at the moment. Normally when I like going up the north coast, most services run about an hour late,
yeah.
almost all the time.
I mean, I've had someone tell me that if you wanted a locomotive haul service to stick to a timetable, just run 248 classes. But
Here we go. We're
the
looking
only
at the
problem,
moment.
yeah, the problem with the 48 is
We're looking
vision.
at the moment. So the XPT to Brisbane right now is
You
running
mean
Hornsby. It's starting to run a bit more on time now.
you
You can
mean
see
Grafton?
Hornsby running 18 minutes. No, Brisbane service.
Technically, it's not
From
the
work,
Brisbane service,
Brisbane.
as it's always terminated Grafton because it's like 4 hours late.
No, it's Brisbane.
Yeah, I
Strathfield,
remember.
Hornsby, Gosford, Wyong, Festival. But that's pick up. Then Broadmeadow, Maitland, Dungon, Gloucester, Wingham, Taree, Kendall, Warhope, Kempsey, Maxville, Urunga, Sawtell, Coffs Harbour, Grafton, Casino, Kyogle, and Brisbane.
I did the Brisbane XPT once there and back. On the way there, we made it to Brisbane, but on the way back, our train was 4 hours late, so they said we had to get a bus to Casino. Then they said, because it's 4 hours late, you're going to have to go to Grafton.
Canberra Services is about to arrive at Goulburn soon. Is running 13 minutes late. That's what it's doing at the moment. Then we're looking at Grafton Services running about 11 minutes late. It was running 11 minutes late at Kempsey. And then let me have a look about how the regional going into Sydney are going. Sometimes they're even worse. Let me just check on here, and I'll just okay. So going to go Maitland to Central. That's running about 17 minutes late at Fasterphone. It was running 17 minutes late. Then we're looking at then a lot of real time information stuff. Like it's easier to do this earlier. Then Goulburn to and then Goulburn to Sydney, which would basically do have all the Canberra Melbourne services on there. The one of them, which is just the XBT that's just about to arrive into Sydney right now, Central, running half an hour late. That's what's happening with that.
You reckon the Sydney government would ever restore passenger services to Goodyear, Hardies, and Abasses?
No. Not to Goodyear or Hardies. No. Not happening. Goodyear and Hardies on the Sandown line. Yeah, no. Dog.
Can I tell you a bit about this dog?
Dog. Bye, dog.
Can I say something?
Dog. We want a dog.
You look exactly like someone on YouTube called Puffing Billy is Life. There's a spitting image of him.
Me? Or
No, Max.
Well, anyways, this is my dog. My dog is a female cavoodle. Her name is Gigi.
Yes. Any more questions? Any more questions?
Wait.
Any more answers?
Can I just say something? Aussie John, what do you mean by Max? Did you get reviewed?
Aussie John got reviewed by YouTube.
Did no one just point out the voice crack then?
The YouTube lords. No comments. No comment whatsoever.
So the dog will now go very close to the camera.
Stop invading my personal space, you creep! Oh, I shouldn't have been mean to the doggy.
Whatever happened to the Rothby Riots collection?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I shouldn't have been mean to the doggy. Can you bring back the doggy, please?
Yeah, I'll bring back the dog.
I shouldn't be mean to the doggy.
Are there any of the Rothby collection still at Rothby, or did they all disband?
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I'm sorry.
Dog is back. Gigi, look at
Hi.
look at the camera.
Hi, doggy.
Ah!
Doggy, doggy, doggy. Doggy. Dog.
Gigi.
Dog. Dog.
Dog
Dog.
spin. Dog spin.
Dog.
But Aussie John, what do you mean by did I get reviewed?
Reviewed by me.
Huh?
By me. He got reviewed by the YouTube lords, and I am the lord of this channel. And that's what he's
Still
saying.
does not explain anything, Matthew.
Well, this will explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there we
Yes,
go.
myself.
There we go. Appear, disappear. 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 Bing bang, bing bang, bing bang, bing bang, boom.
Aussie John, can you just say what you meant in the chat? Because Matthew's not helping with this. Dog.
It's that we make you appear and disappear. We make a comments, everything. We just make it disappear. Bang, gone. Bang, gone until we decide on what to do with your fate.
Good dog.
There we go.
Good dog.
Good dog.
I never want to use You Go Nowhere ever again.
Oh, what happened to You Go Mobility now? What's happened with that?
We have a.
I just hate them.
Why do you hate them?
Because
Hate
of the
is a
one
very strong word for a bus company.
Anyways, I have to have a blood test tomorrow. I'm scared.
Is the dog scared?
Well, the dog's not getting the blood test, is she?
But is the dog scared about you, or... Don't choke your dog! I'm sorry, no, you didn't... You can
No,
sue
yes.
me for slander, I'm sorry.
No lick. No lick. No lick. I said no lick.
I would like lick.
Okay, Gigi, lick him.
No. No. No, okay, yeah, you're being creepy. Goodbye. Kick from studio. There we go. We'll now have Chad Trains Vlogs joining us now. Anyways, yeah, Max got cancelled. I'm sorry. Max got cancelled. I'm very sorry for that. But anyways, how are we going in the voice referendum world? How are we going with that? We are looking. Yep, it's pretty much no is winning. No is winning big time. Lingari, it's still not. Here we go. Leichhardt, we're getting more results here. Leichhardt, it's now pretty strongly no. 60% no. 65% in Lingari, so that's pretty clear there about what's happening. McKellar's yes. Basically, like this is obvious. It's gonna be just like it's just going to be like the 1999 referendum. It's pretty clear. But anyway, 70% of the voters now. There's now 70% of the vote. There's now 70% of the vote there. So we in 70% of the vote has been counted in the Kiwi election. Labour apparently now has an extra seat there. Nationals is at 51. But yeah, still, it's not going to change anything if Labour's has a seat. See, so it's it's. Anyways, David Seymour. We're gonna see this live. Oi, what? I wanted to hear about making a difference in life. I just want to hear that, please. Okay, there was a live thingy here that was interesting. Come on. It's gone. It's gone. So here we go. That's the ACT Party. They're quite happy over there. So yeah. Hello.
Oh wow, I'm back.
Yes, you are. Hello.
Hello, thank you.
Goodbye. Hello. 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 Dun 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 dun.
If you can't tell, I'm slowly losing my will to live.
I'm slowly losing my courage to have you continue on the stream. Goodbye.
Say.
No, just kidding. Okay, I shouldn't. I shouldn't be this mean. I shouldn't be that mean. But anyways, we're having a look at how are we going here with voice stuff here. Yeah, so it's looking pretty solid. It's looking pretty solid. No, it's it's pretty. Only little pockets of yes is Hobart, Melbourne, no, not Adelaide. The ACT and Eastern Sydney, and that's it. That's it. Pretty much the rest of the country. Well, Brisbane's quite solidly yes, and then Riley, Ryan, Morton, and Griffith there. They are sort of lean and tilt. Yes, there, but it's so clear. It's so clear here. That it's like this hasn't predicted outcome voice to fail. It's so clear here. It's clear as crystal. No has won. The voice the amendment to the Constitution, the voice referendum, is not going to pass. That it is clear.
I am not happy about that.
Why are you not happy about that? Would you like to explain more?
Because I think yes is better than no.
Why is yes better than no, in your opinion?
I don't really know. I just think that it is.
Why? You need to explain for yourself. Explain why.
Because
WHY.
they need voice and yeah.
Pretty true.
Oh my god, Millennium Transit. I'm done with it.
Anyways, you obviously, unfortunately, a majority of the nation does not agree with you.
Or you either.
Why do you think that I am supporting the No campaign? Why?
What? I never said you were supporting the no campaign. I was saying you were supporting the yes campaign.
Okay, well, why are you supporting it? You need to have a reason why. Why are you supporting? Why are you supporting the yes campaign? Why?
They need voice.
Why do they need a voice and treaty and truth?
Well, there's this thing back in I forgot which century where people
19th
kind
and
of
20th century. 18th, 19th, and 20th century, and also a little bit into the 21st.
decided to invade and then you
It was in the 18th century, 1788.
okay, yeah.
26th of January, 1788. Captain Cook came. New South Wales is ours. Australia is ours. Although they just knew it as New South Wales because they couldn't think of anything better to name. Hey, why are you taking a photo? No photographs allowed. No photographs allowed. Anyways. Okay. Why don't they need it?
It's a
Why don't
photograph.
they need it?
3801.
3801, of course. But why don't they need it, Jason? Why don't they need it? Why don't they? I'd like to hear a response from you, please. Jason, why don't First Nations people need a voice to Parliament? Why don't they? And also, Millennium Transit, why, in your opinion, is Max Conto controversial? Why? Why? Damn it, it's Philip, sorry. Captain Arthur Phillip, but Captain Cook started it all. Like, there's a reason why ScoMo's electorate is called Cook. There is a reason why it is called Cook. I can show you on here. Here we go. Let's have a look. Look at all these lovely electorates here. Let's go down here. Cook. And then that's Cornell there. This is where Captain Cook came to. And everybody said, wah, 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 go away, go away. There. Back in 1770. Bingo. There we go. Anyways. J-Set, explain for yourself why they don't need it. You can't just hide and run away like that dog is over there. You need to, I mean, you can't hide like that dog over there. That vicious, evil dog. Oh, I shouldn't be
She's like a
bashing.
riddle. She can't do anything.
In Millennium Transit, you must explain for yourself why is Max Conto controversial? Why? Why is Max Conto, not this person to my right, but this person to my right here, this person here, why is he controversial? Why? Not the dog,
I just
dog,
wanted to show the dog.
dog has more support than the voice, but universal support. Universal support the dog has, but why is Max Conto controversial? Why is he controversial? Why is his opinion to support the voice is controversial? Ow. Anyways,
happened?
why? Crap or something like that. Anyways. Why don't you care about the vote? Why don't you care about it? Why? Why don't you care about it?
I just come on now. I'm
Okay
in
then,
waiting mode.
but why did you say to vote yes?
Right now, I've gone into waiting mode for tomorrow Loftus tramway.
But But why are you deciding to? If you could vote, why are you deciding to vote yes?
Well, as I said before, there's this thing in.
Thing in what? Uluru Statement from the Heart? Uluru Statement from the Heart.
Multiple things that make sense.
So
That
Uluru Statement of the Heart.
yes, that and the fact that 17 something. Doors closing. Please stand clear. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my god. Peter Dutton, what the hell is wrong with you? The leader of the opposition is the Mr. Potato Head of Australian politics. Quoting probably Christopher Pine, something like that, Piney.
Hello, I am now going to leave my bed because it's kind of rude to stream.
I'm
from
going
the
to go and ask somebody who I know for their opinion. Going back. I know somebody who might be interested. You might have an interesting opinion. Some of you might know who he is. Hopefully he will answer. Because he kept harassing me earlier this afternoon. And I swear if he's not going to answer now, I'm gonna... Come on, answer the phone. Answer the phone. Who's... Okay, come on. Answer the phone. Whoever this mystery person is who I think might have who might have an interesting opinion. Answer the phone. The phone is calling. There is a phone on here. A phone on here. I'm ringing. No answer. Oh no, no answer. How dare you? How dare you? Let me try somebody else who I might know. I'm gonna get desperate if nobody answers. I'm gonna get desperate. But yeah. Anyways. Oh come! Why can't I find this particular person who I'm not going to mention yet? Anyways, it's no. It's no. The answer is no. That's what it is. The answer is no. I am a telemarketer, just randomly calling different people. Anyways, it's a no. It's a no. Damn it, he's sleeping. You shouldn't be an idiot. Anyway, I'll go and call somebody who I know, who will not be sleeping. Thank you. I'm desperate. I'm desperate to talk to somebody who might have an opinion. This person will finally be given the right to vote today. The person who I'm ringing finally has the right to vote. Why are you happy that it is a no? Why? Why are you happy that it's a no? I don't want B1. Goodbye. Anyways, anyways, why are you happy that it's a no? Why are you happy with that? He's not answering the phone. It's this person who can now who can now legally vote. He is not answering the phone. Normally he participates in these kinds of things. But are people so bored and so disinterested in the voice? Cancel. No answer. Grumble, 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 grumble. What I'm gonna do, I'm just going to, before I pack up. Okay. Is there any like big major speeches that we can be a part of? I don't want to. One of them is not Mitchell Patrick Mike. Yo, that's not one of them. Let's see how other people are doing. Let's see it. The ABC.
Unsure where to dine? Use OpenTable. Go from no idea to best meal ever.
Sure, no. So I'm just gonna okay. But yeah, anyways, here we go. So we're just having a look. Here we go. So yeah, so yeah, so with the NDIS, NDIS, well then, they had recently the NDIS review and also the Disability Royal Commission. Yeah, that's interesting. Disability Royal Commission. Disability Royal Commission. That's very interesting thing. They want to shut down all the special needs schools. Shut down the group homes. Bad idea. The idea is already pretty bad that they're doing. It's already pretty bad. But do we want to make it worse? Do we want to make it worse? But it's Oh, here we go. Bradfield. Bradfield's been mentioned on the ABC. Bradfield's been mentioned on the ABC. Look here.
In the redistribution.
So
there's some real politics in terms of the party votes.
Anthony
Just
Green.
one other thing, I'll just bring up Grain. 77% for Anthony Albanese as Prime Minister. But then you look at safe seats in Western Sydney, Chifley, 42% yes. Prospect, which is Chris Bowen's seat, 65% no. Let's look at Blacks.
But anyways, out there, it's obvious that it's not. Put your headphones back on. But anyways, put that away. But anyways, yeah, but yeah, with the Disability Royal Commission, I think that I think with the Disability Royal Commission, they it's especially closing down the special needs schools. The system is not perfect. It's already terrible. It's in a really bad state. But then if you take away all the special needs schools, that would be even worse. That would be a terrible idea. Terrible idea. It would not work. The system already is pretty bad. But taking them all away will be a huge step back. So are you saying that you're 18 years and older and legally have the right to vote? Just wondering.
Which is,
I think it's a lot longer term in terms of the issues of trying to be received and to be known.
And can I ask, what does Australia's decision tonight mean for you?
Oh, I'm devastated. I certainly.
Yeah, it's yeah. So it's pretty clear that voice.
If you have an hour this week,
the voice.
If you're currently paying for a.
But yeah, it's it's pretty obvious. Like I wish I could vote. I really wish that I could vote. I was about it was about it was 10 months. It was 10 months too early. I was born 10 months early to be able to vote. Which I'm very cranky about. I kept bringing the Australian Electoral Commission. I was able to convince them to reduce the voting age, and they went and
Couldn't you just have someone vote for you?
No comment. No comment on that. I can neither confirm or deny those allegations against me. No comment. I can neither confirm or deny those allegations. But anyways, but yeah, it's sort of I think that. Ooh, sorry. Hang on. Okay. Is anybody going to make like any kind of speeches that we can actually watch?
Issues and problems that we need to address.
Yep.
Why weren't they convinced that the voice to Parliament was the solution?
It's possible because of the way the campaign was run. I mean, the campaign was handed over to a lot of corporates at a time when there was a cost of living crisis.
But yeah, see, it's oh shush, that needs to be off. But anyways,
hello.
Anyways, so what we it's Bradfield's going, McKellar. That's so that's just about yes. There. Let me just go and just get Canadian Transit on there. Hang on, we've got a lot of people joining just here. So let me just go and just get them all on here. So yeah, so all these people should now be should be able to join there. Now I think that this even like people in Western Australia. Sorry guys, you couldn't make a difference, WA. But yeah, because they don't close. The polls don't close for another 15 minutes in Western Australia at the moment. So but yeah, almost half of the votes have already been counted. It's the national results. I can say here, it's looking like because this hasn't changed that much. It's gone around like a few percentage points, but it's enough. It's not been enough to get the national results over the 50%. So I can say that's not going to happen. Victoria, we're getting more results here. This is Victoria is probably the closest state out of all these here, but this kind of, it's the compared to what the polls had, the no is stronger. The no vote is stronger than the no vote is even more stronger than what the polls had them at. But yeah, so yeah, but here you can see Northern Territory, Queensland, South Australia. Yeah, I think this is even more stronger. Queensland, South Australia, Northern Territory, even more stronger than than even the no campaign had it at. So I'm just gonna just add.
So when is the results released?
they're already starting to be released. You can see it. You can see it on your screen, just along here. You can see that they've already counted almost half of them. They've gotten to about 45% now, and it's pretty obvious that the No campaign has won. It's pretty clear. It is as clear as crystal. Like out in Western Sydney, they've said no, and two districts, two electorates here that are very interesting to see here, because there's an because there's a very strong amount of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders in these electorates, Leichhardt and Lingawi here. They have both quite strongly have said no there as well, with pretty much like the rest of the country. And pretty much only spots where there has been yes, that the yes campaign has been able to work is Hobart, Melbourne, Canberra, Sydney, and inner Brisbane. Not even in Adelaide. There's now Boothby has gone now to the no. It's only Adelaide, barely the electorate of Adelaide there, just barely getting in there. So I wouldn't even count Adelaide as a place where they're getting a lot of votes. Nothing's come out of Perth yet. Nothing's come out of Western Australia. But yeah, it's pretty obvious that the No campaign is won. No campaign is won. Very clear. This is not changing. This is not going to at this point. This is not going to change on here. Maybe Victoria, but even then, it's looking pretty unlikely there. It's the No campaign is won. Yeah, No campaign is won. I've been saying that for well over an hour now. No campaign has won. It's been pretty clear from the start.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically it. Any other questions?
Matthew?
I don't want your silence. Yeah?
You said you might go to the Tramway Museum for the event. Do you think it's more of a yes or a no?
I'm not saying anything publicly. I don't want people coming out after me. I'm not saying.
So you're not coming. You're not coming.
When is the Tramways
I'm
event?
not saying anything. Tramway Museum tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah, I have to go. I'm going to Camden tomorrow, so.
Okay. Yeah. What the Sydney Tramway Museum is doing is I can show it up on here. Let me just bring it up. It'll just be a moment. It's somewhere on here. Anyways, so it's somewhere on here. They have upcoming events. Here we go.
Yeah.
So this is
they have two on loan from Powerhouse.
This is what's happening at the moment. So yeah, so with so celebrating the 125th anniversary of C-class trams. So this is basically they have these older trams, nothing built after 1908. So basically you're gonna have trams that were built in the late Victorian and Edwardian eras that will be running there. So it'll be all old timey and all that. So it'll be Edwardian old timey, you know. You know, with ragtime.
I may or may not be going.
So anyway, so that's happening tomorrow. It's $20 for adults, concessions $15, school children $10, preschool children $3. those will be I haven't seen anything about different ticket prices on there yet, but you'd have to double check on that. See it. I can't unless there's gonna be any because I don't know if I should do any more yeah, I shouldn't do any more. So it's pretty. Oh dear God, Albo, is his tongue out like that. But anyways, but yeah. Anyways, this is yeah. Unless if I just double check on here, unless if I can find on here if they're doing I don't want. This is the voice, and I got this video for some reason appearing on my phone, and this is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I cannot hear what that thing is saying.
Yeah.
What are you watching?
Dun, 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 dun. No.
Alex Jones can't stop screaming.
Ah, yes.
He has a problem. If he was around here, he'd of course be working with no campaign. But yeah, he's an interesting guy. Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
I have mixed it. You can no longer find the ship.
He's an idiot. Here we go, and this is the same guy that said this.
Level, but overall,
those
men raped that woman in India to death with an iron rod 4 feet long. You can't ban the iron rods. The guns, the iron rods, Pierce didn't do it. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns.
Why did they say Hitler?
Took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand?
I will relinquish you.
I should have waited.
Why did you just throw your phone?
I should have bought tracks before buying this.
Well, because he's an idiot. He's an idiot.
I should have bought tracks before buying this.
Alex Jones, he's an idiot.
He's an
idiot and a danger to society.
Should have bought tracks before buying this.
But why throw your phone?
Because he can.
Because I can, and it looks more dramatic. That's why.
Yeah,
I'm an idiot.
That really makes sense.
No, that's my job to be the idiot. I am an idiot always.
He's Alex Jones is a strange person. He has a few issues here. He keeps going, I don't like that putting chemicals in the water that turn the fucking bombs gay.
The asset is now safe.
Do you know about Alex Jones? Hands up if you know about Alex Jones.
Nope, not me. Never heard of him before.
Yeah.
You've never heard of him?
No.
Never?
No. I'll search it.
You have never heard about Alex Jones?
No, I have never heard about him.
Alex Jones.
Gigi! Good puppy!
Alex Jones is a lot more controversial than your puppy.
Yeah.
Alex Jones will burn your puppy.
What?
He will burn your puppy
Oh God.
He will burn it. Oh, I don't
Why?
like them. I don't like this liberal dog. I'm gonna throw this gas because this guy believes in climate change. He's gonna be
Gigi.
It's gonna be
Good
stupid
puppy.
like that.
Good puppy.
Is that what he looks like?
Yes, that's him. He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. He said that the Sandy Hook massacre was fake.
The what?
He's an idiot. The Sandy Hook massacre. He said that it wasn't real.
Oh.
And they went to court about it, and the court decided, well, this big massacre that went and killed about 30 students, 30 kids, most of them in kindergarten, was real. And this
Oh,
person,
wow.
and this person was deliberately defamed and slandered the families. And it got into huge trouble because he wanted to just misled the whole country. He wanted to misled the whole country. He lied to the country. He lied to the world. That's what he did. Because he's an idiot. He's. I could go on about Alex Jones all day about how stupid he is, Alex Jones. This is one thing that he said a few strange. He said a few strange things.
First Amendment killed them. Get rid of the Second Amendment. Get rid of the First Amendment. They're bad. They killed the kids too. George Washington killed them. Jesus killed them. We should rename the whole planet Sandy Hook. Everything. We should be holidays. We should bow 5 times a day.
Did he just say Jesus killed the children?
That's what he said.
What the hell?
He's stupid. He's
What?
stupid.
Oh my God.
He's stupid. And he said this as well.
Eat your ass. Just get that through your stinking traitors' heads. Excuse me. I apologize. We have a lot of Christian affiliates. I am a Christian. But I will stomp your head in if you start a fight with me, you thug scum. Anyways, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Bunch of cowards.
Anyways, excuse me, ladies and
Control
gentlemen.
myself right now. He is a demon damned to hell. Excuse me. I've been trying to control myself, trying to be professional about this. But at a certain
He's just
point,
changing
I'm
his
just
mood
really
every 2
pissed.
seconds.
We're not going to have Pepsi with baby flavoring in it. I mean, what the hell have we become? Excuse me. I didn't have a liberal from New York in the bathroom. I couldn't wipe my ass. Excuse me. I apologize. We have a family audience. That was wrong, and I won't do it again. You think I'm a coward like you? I'm sorry. Dishonorable, cowardly pieces of garbage. Excuse me. Coming for you. Coming for you. We know what you're doing.
I have a feeling he's pretending that he can't control himself.
Oh no, he's
Excuse me. They're gonna burn in hell. Excuse me. This is a time bomb. You're a big tough guy, buddy. You just ran.
Never go to an airport with him ever.
I don't want to be held in questioning.
Yeah.
He's a strange person, and he.
I'm gonna build a side table out of plywood and 2x4s because I have
And then-
wood and
Yeah,
screws.
and then he also. Oh, what else did he do? He's done some strange. And I don't know how he gets so much influence over him. I don't know how he gets so much influence over him. He's just being an idiot. But anyways, I probably should wrap up with him. Anyways, we're still getting more results coming in. They're starting to So anyways, here we go. So Noah's ahead.
Still no.
Yeah.
Noah's ahead. Pretty much every. Northern Territory. There's more people supporting yes, more than Queensland and South Australia. But yeah, If you're in Western Australia right now, yeah, it's too late. It's too late. It's everybody in the East has decided for you. If everybody in the East has already decided your fate. If you're angry about that, go and make your own country.
Oh,
They tried. They've tried that a few times.
yeah, they
Oh.
did.
Oh God.
It's pretty stupid.
Yeah, they've tried a few times to make a country. Do good old wax it. Wax it. That's what it is. Wax it. Wax it. That's what it is. Which has been.
Hello.
Oh God.
Please leave. There we go. Please leave.
You just kicked him out.
Of course. Oh, we're gonna do Jackie Weaver. I'm gonna be Jackie Weaver then. Oh, he just kicked him. He just kicked him out. He's just kicked him out. He just kicked him out. You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
He rage quit.
He just kicked him out. No, he didn't rage quit. I forced him
Put
to
his
rage
headphones
quit.
off and.
I forced him to rage quit. Because I can do this. Bing boom, bing bang, bing boom. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing
Good
bong,
sound effects.
bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing. You still have you still have no authority here, Jackie Weaver.
I have
still
to go
no
now.
authority at all.
Why
are you having to go?
Because it's 9 o'clock and my dad said I have to have shower now, so.
I have to go now. My family needs me. Anyways,
Please
Jason.
Matthew, please respond to the text message I sent you after the stream, okay?
Okay then. Alright then.
Well, anyways,
Bye.
bye. Yes.
Yes, bye.
Bye. See ya. Kick from studio. There we go. Okay, so we now have Millennium Transit and JSET. At the moment. JSET, would you like to speak? Hello.
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 Hello. Hello. Hi.
I
You're on
think he's
the air.
confused.
You're on the air right now. Everybody can hear you right now. You're on the air.
I think he's panicking.
You're on the air. Anyways. In the meantime, let's go and just double check on how everything's going here. Like, it's pretty obvious here. Let's have a look. Queensland seems to be the one. Like Queensland is pretty solid no here. It's pretty solid no. Just here, like only 1/3 of people support the voice in Queensland. 2/3 have said no. Queensland has no hope of supporting it. Neither does South Australia. Neither does Tassie. Tassie at the moment, looking at the 64% of the voters coming, 60.1. It's impossible. It's pretty much impossible for Tassie to get it. So it does, like it's so abundantly clear that yeah, this is pretty much what the result will be. It's the answer is no. It's no. That's it. Yeah, so it's no. The answer is very extremely clearly no, it's no. So anyways, what I'm gonna do, is anybody making any speeches that we can make like a live stream to? Because otherwise I'm gonna because otherwise, yeah, oh, here we go. Albo's saying something. Albo's saying something. Here we go. Let's go and see what in the world Albo is saying. Here we go.
Australians from the right to make a good life for themselves. I supported recognition through a voice because this was the vehicle that Indigenous Australians believed could change this. This was the change they asked for at the First Nations Constitutional Convention at Uluru in 2017, after a process that involved hundreds of meetings and thousands of people. And I want to make it clear, I believe it was the right thing to do, and I will always stand up for my beliefs. It's now up to all of us to come together and find a different way to the same reconciled destination. I'm optimistic that we can, and indeed that we must. There is a new national awareness of these questions. Let us channel that into a new sense of national purpose to find the answers. The proposition we advanced at this referendum was about listening to people in order to get better outcomes. And these principles are what will continue to guide me as Australia's 31st Prime Minister. Our government will continue to listen to people and to communities. Our government will continue to seek better outcomes for Indigenous Australians and their children and the generations to come. This is not only in the interests of Indigenous Australians, it is in the interests of all Australians to build a better future for our nation. Tonight, I want to recognise that for many Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, this campaign has been a heavy weight to carry, and this result will be very hard to bear. So many remarkable Indigenous Australians have put their heart and soul into this cause, not just over the past few weeks and months, but through decades, indeed lifetimes of advocacy. I have been honoured and humbled to stand by you and witness your extraordinary courage and grace, your great love for our country, and your deep faith in our people. None less than my friend standing with me here tonight. You continue to inspire me and make me prouder than ever to be Australian. I have never been as proud to be Australian as when I sat in the red dirt at Uluru with those wonderful women. I have made lifetime friends, and for that I am grateful. Constitutional change may not have happened tonight, but change has happened in our great nation. Respect and recognition is given at events. The fullness of our history has begun to be told. Maintain your hope and know that you are loved. My fellow Australians, our nation's road to reconciliation has often been hard going. The climb steep, the ground uncertain, the headwinds powerful, the way forward difficult to navigate. But through the decades, there have been hard moments of hard-won progress as well. That's why I say tonight is not the end of the road, and is certainly not the end of our efforts to bring people together. The issues we sought to address have not gone away, and neither have the people of goodwill and good heart who want to address them. And address them we will, with hope in our heart, with faith in each other, with kindness towards each other, walking together in a spirit of unity and healing, walking together for a better future for the first Australians whose generosity of spirit and resilience intensifies the privilege that all Australians have of sharing this continent with the oldest continuous culture on earth. The historic fact that Australia's story is 65,000 years old remains a source of national pride and remains a fact. From tomorrow, we will continue to write the next chapter in that great Australian story, and we will write it together. And reconciliation must be a part of that chapter.
Thank
Linda.
you. Thank you, Prime Minister. For many, today is a day of sadness. This result is not what we hoped for.
This is
The Australian people have had their say, and a clear majority have voted against the proposed change to the Constitution. We, of course, accept the decision of the Australian people. Tonight, I am reminded of a special couple, Auntie Gloria and Uncle Clive. Their story tells us so much about our country. They are 90 and 93 years of age. Gloria is Aboriginal, Clive is non-Aboriginal. They married in 1953 at a time in our history when their union was not accepted. They've seen a lot in life, the ups and downs, the best and the worst. They've experienced the joy of a shared life and raising a family. And they've experienced discrimination and the awful scourge of racism. But they always got through it with an open heart, with their strength of their family and community. Their lives show us how far we've come and how far we will still have to go in this country. That there is a common bond, that we are stronger together. Gloria and Clive voted yes in this referendum because they want to see a better future for their children and grandchildren. Gloria and Clive won't give up on a better future, and neither will we. I could not be more proud of people like Gloria and Clive and the tens of thousands of Yes volunteers who work so hard for recognition. You are truly, truly inspirational. The Yes 23 campaign, the Uluru Dialogues, and of course the Prime Minister and my parliamentary colleagues, thank you all so much. I will never forget that day in September when some 200,000 Australians walked together for yes right across this country. I know this outcome will be hard for some, but achieving progress is never easy, and progress doesn't always move in a straight line. There are breakthroughs
in her voice
and heartbreaks. But I am confident that because of this campaign,
Is she gonna cry or something?
millions of conversations it sparked, that a new generation of Indigenous leaders will emerge. Young people like Sarah and Jakira, whom I met in Adelaide, they are stepping up and carrying the flame. That something good will become from shining a light on the gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians. And to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, I want to say this. I know the last few months have been tough, but be proud of who you are. Be proud of your identity. Be proud of the 65,000 years of history and culture that you are part of and your rightful place in this country. We will carry on and we will move forward and we will thrive. This is not the end of reconciliation. And in the months ahead, I will have more to say about our government's renewed commitment to closing the gap. Because we all agree we need better outcomes for First Nations people. We need to keep listening to Indigenous Australians about what works and what can make practical difference for the next generation. Because we all want what's best for our children. We all want our children and grandchildren to have a better future.
Happy to take questions.
Prime Minister, why do you think Australians voted no?
Well, the analysis will go on for some time, no doubt. But the truth is that no referendum has succeeded without bipartisan support in this country. None.
Prime Minister, 8 months ago, you both stood on this stage and said you were keen to change
does
the
have a
country.
point, but there's
There are a lot of
a little bit
Indigenous
about.
Australians tonight who are disappointed in the result. What immediate ideas do you have to improve or achieve those better outcomes in the short term, and how will you ensure that reconciliation isn't set back given some of the comments from the Yes Camp?
Well, I'll tell you, the first thing we'll do is listen, continue to listen. We'll continue to listen.
So that's the whole point why he
and
created
we
The
will
Voice, because you guys
engage
couldn't listen to him.
with those Indigenous Australians, treating them with respect. Tonight will be a very difficult night for many Indigenous Australians. Overwhelmingly, if you look at the Indigenous dominated booths in places like Palm Island and Mornington Island and Lockhart River and Gaduga, the mobile polling booths aren't yet in from the Northern Territory. Overwhelmingly, they have voted yes in this referendum. We will. Tonight isn't a time to say, oh, well, we'll just move on and have, here's the next agenda. The agenda will be guided by the principles that I've put forward consistently: engagement, consultation, listening, progress to close the gap.
In light of what you've just said, the first words out of your mouth as Prime Minister was a commitment to the Uluru Statement from the Heart in full. Is that still Labor's commitment?
We just had a referendum. And the referendum wasn't successful. I respect the outcome of that referendum.
So can that not progress? Prime Minister, you said, because Australians are a fair, compassionate and courageous people, I believe we're ready to take this step together. Does tonight's result tell you otherwise, that we are not a fair, compassionate and courageous people?
Yeah, I think Australians are fair and compassionate. I think during this campaign, we have had a very clear proposition of just two things: recognition and a non-binding advisory committee. But we've had, including in outlets represented in this room, discussions about a whole range of things that were nothing to do with what was on the ballot paper tonight. You all know that that has occurred. Debates about, debates about the length of the Uluru Statement from the Heart, that no one in this room. Is there anyone in this room thinks it was more than what it was? But we had pages and pages and weeks donated, which those issues were portrayed. So for many people, it became an issue in which they were receiving a range of information. The Reserve Bank can rest easy now that they won't be getting advice on interest rates before the next meeting. that was some of the things that were discussed. So there's a range of reasons, but changing the Constitution is hard.
Yes.
I said when I announced it, I stood here and said it's hard. There are no guarantees of success. We knew that that was the case, but we also knew this, that Prime Minister John Howard promised to have a referendum on recognition, that Scott Morrison prior to 2019 promised to have a referendum on recognition. I was there.
The No
in
campaign has
2019
won.
at Gama.
No
with Ken
campaign
Wyatt,
has
who I have total respect for,
has
who
won.
stood there and gave just as I did after the 2022
the referendum has
election.
been defeated. So
After the
there will not be
2019
change
election,
to the
there was a
Australian
speech at Gama
Constitution,
saying
and
we
this
would
is
advance this.
Anthony
we
Albanese.
promised.
Tony's. This
we
is Tony's
promised
concession speech.
to
just here.
accept the graceful
This is Tony's
invitation
concession speech. Just here.
of First Australians to put this to the Australian people. We did that. We campaigned for it. We did so with integrity and principle, but we were not successful, and we respect that outcome. Phil.
Prime Minister, you
Phil,
said...
and then...
You came to office proposing other referendum, the Republic, something not this term, but you've moved it. You might look at that next term. You have a Minister for the Republic. What does this defeat do for plans you may have for other referendum, especially given your observation that without bipartisan support, you can't get referendum up? Is this basically the end of referenda unless there's support from the opposition and the government for any other proposal as well?
Well, I made it very clear that this was the only referendum that I was proposing in this term. I mean, I made no commitments about any further referendums. One of the things I did on election night, I spoke about this today, I spoke about it yesterday as well, was I went through the range of commitments that I'd made: cheaper childcare, housing, national reconstruction and new industry, our climate policy, and this. We've gone through and fulfilled all of them.
But not the
I'm
voice.
someone who believes that we need to restore faith in politics.
And you failed.
And one of the ways that we do that is by saying what we'll do and then doing what we've said we would do. That is what we have done tonight. And I make no apologies for that. Just
Prime Minister,
yeah.
referendums are about unity and deciding as a country what the best route is moving forward. As Prime Minister, how do you reconcile with the fact that your personal views and the views of most of your party aren't aligned with the majority of Australians?
We accept the result.
Yeah.
We accept the outcome. We had a referendum that we put forward. We know that this arose from a request made in 2017 through the Uluru Statement from the Heart. I wasn't Prime Minister in 2017, but we had waited, Indigenous Australians had waited for a long period of time for the government, for a government to have the conviction to put this to the Australian people. My predecessor was promised support from the Labor Party if the Morrison government fulfilled that and took it forward to a referendum. They chose not to do so, as is their right. We chose to do so, and there wasn't during the campaign as well. There isn't a single occasion in which of all of the Indigenous
Tony isn't going.
people who I've spent time with.
This
it's been my honour to
election,
spend
this
time with.
referendum was
Not once
stolen.
at Gama, not once at Uluru.
Stolen from what?
Anywhere else did people go?
Oh, I don't
Hang
know.
on a tick
That
here.
was what
Can we
Trump-
just kick
that-
this
that's
can
what
down the
Trump
road
did.
further?
This referendum.
There are people who've
this
been involved who
election
stood on this
was
stage with me in
stolen.
March, who spent a lifetime on this. A lifetime struggling just to be recognised in our Constitution, I had a duty as a conviction politician.
So you're resigning?
To put that to the Australian people.
It's been resignation.
And I'm reminded of one of my favourite Churchill quotes. There's quite a few good ones.
Churchill.
Success is
Churchill.
Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. We intend as a government to continue to do what we can to close the gap, to do what we can to advance reconciliation, to do what we can to listen to the first Australians. Thanks very much. Thank you.
There we go, that's finished. So that's, yeah, Sarbo's finished.
Easy there, ending with a Churchill quote, but beginning by saying he was hoping for.
So anyway, so... Oh, God. Anyway, so... Yes, anyways.
Hello. I'm back.
Yes, you are.
Anyways,
You're back.
So that's so yeah, so that is the speech just then from Anthony Albanese from Tony Albanese. Tony. So anyways, what was your reactions to that speech? That was just made. That is the resolve of His Majesty's government.
Sorry?
Yes.
That is the resolve of His Majesty's government. That is the resolve of the Majesty's government. That is the resolve of His Majesty's government. Anyways, what was your opinion on that speech? From Tony Albanese.
The speech was very speech-like.
Why is it speech-like?
Because he stood
I
and
think it was
talked
like a press conference.
Yes.
Anyways, explain why.
Because he stood and talked into a microphone about how the referendum failed to pass, and said that they're gonna, and then he said they're gonna keep on listening, but that's all I think of it.
Heavy mic breathing.
Okay then, I can go and give a brand new projection for here we go. So we've got 91.8% of the vote coming in for the 2023 election. We're going to be seeing Luxon's victory speech shortly, but the Nationals have 50 seats, Labour 34, Greens 13, ACT 12, New Zealand First 8. Maori Party 4. I'm not going to expect this to change too much, so I would say National Party has a minority government with either ACT or the Greens being as the coalition. So let's have a look at this live.
Of a new government and a new direction.
Looks like he's fake smiling.
Potential.
Oh yeah, he's a lot more happy than Albo.
And I have to
I
tell
hear
you,
footsteps.
but I am so energised by it to get stuck in and work, because New Zealanders have chosen change, and our new government will deliver it, and we will get this country back on track. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Is he like the new Prime Minister or something?
Yeah, so he will now be the new Prime Minister of New Zealand.
Didn't it like used to be a woman?
Yeah, so the Nationals will so the Labour has lost government. So Labour's no longer government. National. He's a lot more happier than Albo and Tony is right now.
Yeah.
Why do you call him Tony?
Ask John. Ask Ozzy John. I call him Tony. Albo Tony.
You'll get through the dark nights that feel so long, and then in the morning, that day is gonna come. That day is gonna come. That day is gonna come. You know I believe it.
Oh, cool Soap's gonna make it all. Day's gonna come. Yes.
We're going to a place we all belong. That day is gonna come. No more hatred. Our love is strong. Brothers and sisters, that day is gonna come. That day is gonna come. That day is gonna come. You know I can feel it. That day is gonna come. I'll break through the ceiling.
Oh, they're taking everything off them now.
Nothing can stop me. That day is gonna come. All these.
There we go. They're now packing up on that. So that's his victory speech. So Chris Hipkins has conceded. That's what's happened. So that's him. So that's Chris Hipkins conceding the election to the other Christopher Luxon. So that's basically the election is pretty much over. Now it's at 92%. Basically, the New Zealand election is pretty much finished. It's finished now. So Nationals is going to form minority government. Okay, ACT has now gone down to 11. Greens 14. So it might need to be a coalition with Nationals and the Greens, but yeah, and there's been 4 out of a 72 electorates. They're already done. So yeah, So that's going to be So it's going to be So it's going to be Nationals. So National, that's more conservative, basically like the Liberals here, basically like the Liberals and the Nationals here. LMP. That's basically what the Nationals are like. That's basically it. So yeah. So that's that. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, anyways, he does not like being called Tony Albo. He does not like being, it's a bit like me and Matt. Matthew, call me Matthew. And my grandfather Robert used to be called Bob by the Americans. And he was known as Bob, call me Robert, because he'd go, oh, hi, Bob. Hi, Bob.
Play the Bob is good clip.
Robert.
Play the Bob.
Call me Robert.
He just got kicked out again.
But call me.
This is Bob. Bob has given up his seat for an adult. Bob knows the rules. Bob knows the rules. Is good. Be like Bob. Be like Bob.
Be like the Bob.
Be like Bob. Be like Bob.
Just the ladies.
Be like Bob.
Just the ladies.
Be like Bob.
Now the seniors in the back.
Don't
now the seniors
like
in the back.
Matt. Don't like Matt. Don't like Matt.
Maximilian. Huh? Are you happy now? Maximilian, are you happy?
Why are you calling me Maximilian? If you look at my birth certificate, it says Max.
A million.
Imagine
you're 1 in a million. Maximilian.
Oh my god.
You're 1 in a million. Congratulations. Anyways, I'm going to just keep an eye. It's looking like the Victoria vote is starting to go down quite a bit. here we go. We're getting we now starting to, because about half an hour ago the polls closed in South Australia. So looking like it's a very early start though. Only 0.8% of the vote, and the first votes are quite firmly no. But even then, that's looking to be quite firmly no. The no campaign is going even higher in Victoria. It's going to look like that every state is voting no. That's basically what it's going to be. Every state voting no. The majority of the country voting no. About half of the vote is already done. It's yeah, and yeah. So that's it. That's it. It's going to be no across the entire country. That's it. That's it. So here we go. We're looking. Here we go. We got Western Australia. Here we got O'Connor, Hasluck, and Canning in Forest. They're all no at the moment. Burt, Fremantle. Oh, we're getting Perth. Perth is the only place where that's just coming out now. Only place in all Western Australia that has voted yes, and quite overwhelmingly yes, but that's inner suburb stuff. And then there's Curtin, Swan, Burt, Fremantle, and Brand. They and they are no, that looks to be quite firmly no there. So yeah, that's basically the referendum. It's the result isn't going to change. The result isn't going to change. This is quite this is with this it's clear as crystal. New Zealand Nationals have won. Australia with the voice referendum, no campaign has won, and that's it.
I have to go now.
Okay then, goodbye Millennium Transit.
Goodbye.
Farewell, till another day.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Bye Millennium Transit.
So anyway, so this is it. So yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, there's not going to be sorry about that. Anyways, there's gonna be so yeah, there's gonna be anyways, it's got about 1% of a vote coming in Western Australia now. It's actually showing, so it's about 2/3 of everybody there that's voting. And I should check. We're just going to double check how Lingawi is going. Lingawi here, 30% of the vote, no 65. Leichhardt, no, about 40% of the vote has been counted. 65% have said no. 78 Kennedy. 84% have said no. All over here, very no. Groom, no 74. 77. Like this is pretty strong. This is slightly worse than what was gonna be said in the polls. So yeah, so it's been an interesting evening. What's your before we go what's before we go, Maximilian, what is your opinion on the final results as it's now pretty clear what the results are?
It's not.
Hang on, I'm going to interrupt you. Sorry. We got Peter Dutton. On here right
You who
now.
voted yes, let me say these few words. As a leader of the coalition who has supported the No campaign, while I disagree with your position, I respect your decision to have voted yes. At all times in this debate,
very polite way
of
saying
what I consider to have been a bad idea to provide Australians based on their heritage or the time at which they came to our country. The Coalition, like all Australians, wants to see Indigenous disadvantage addressed. We just disagree on the voice being the solution. And while yes and no voters may hold differences of opinion, these opinions of difference do not diminish our love for our country or our regard for each other. This is the referendum that Australia did not need to have. The proposal and the process should have been designed to unite Australians, not to divide us. And what we've seen tonight is Australians, literally in their millions, reject the Prime Minister's divisive referendum. The Prime Minister clearly was not across the detail, and he refused to explain or answer reasonable questions from Australians. I wrote to the Prime Minister in January of this year, asking 15 basic questions, still no answers. So people from all sides of this debate are rightly and understandably disappointed with the Prime Minister. He's held the pen of this divisive chapter in our nation's history, and if he has any strength in his leadership, he must take responsibility for it. I also want to speak tonight specifically to Indigenous Australians. Like all Australians, some of you will have voted yes, and some of you will have voted no. Those of you who voted yes will be hurting. To Indigenous Australians contending with difficulty and disadvantage, I will do my utmost to lead with courage and to do what is right to implement the practical solutions required to improve outcomes and close the gap. So tonight I again commit the Coalition to implementing a Royal Commission into child sexual abuse in Indigenous communities and an audit into spending on Indigenous programs so that we can get the money where it's needed to those families in regional and remote areas. As a leader of the opposition, I believe that we need to come together to tackle challenges, to help families struggling with the cost of living. That needs to be the Prime Minister's priority now. We need to give young Australians hope that they can buy their own home. We need to fix the mess of the energy policy so that we can deliver electricity that's affordable and reliable as well as clean. We need to support, not to oppose, our small businesses. And boosting our national security.
According to the ABC, Victoria is now confirmed as no.
Importantly, we must also redouble our efforts to improve outcomes for Indigenous Australians in those disadvantaged communities and to close the gap. That includes an urgent need to boost law and order, to increase school attendance and employment at many remote communities.
No.
And that means listening less to activists and more to people in those communities and those who champion them, including Senators Karen Little and Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price. They're amazing Australians. For the past year, the Prime Minister and the government's been consumed by this referendum, and they focused on the wrong priorities. Now, as I say, we do need to turn the page, to unite and to address the many challenges facing our country. I want to thank all Australians who have participated in this debate. We are the greatest country in the world. We need to continue to make sure that that's the case, to never have complacency and to always stand up for our values and what we believe in and show the strength of character and leadership to deal with those threats that our country faces now and into the future. I'll ask Jacinta to say a few words and then we're very happy to take questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Firstly, I want to thank the Australian people for believing in our nation, in our great nation, in the goodwill of this country, and understanding that the vast majority of Australians want what's best for each and every one of us, including our most marginalised Indigenous Australians. The Australian people have voted overwhelmingly say no to this referendum. They've said no to division within our constitution along the lines of race. They've said no to the gaslighting, to the bullying, to the manipulation. They've said no to grievance and the push from activists to suggest that we are a racist country when we are absolutely not a racist country.
People are going to accuse a lot of people across the world are going to accuse us of being racist. That is going to happen.
For
They're going to accuse us of being
to
racist.
believe that once again, to be proud to call ourselves Australian.
Whether it's true
because
or not,
until we can be
the
proud,
accusations will exist.
we can't form a position where we can be strong to tackle our tough issues within our country. I am grateful for my family's support throughout this campaign, my wonderful husband, Colin Lilly, our sons, my parents that taught me to stand up for those who are disenfranchised, those who are voiceless, to be a warrior for them. I want to thank the Fair Australia campaign, Matthew Sheehan, Stephen Doyle. I want to thank my wonderful colleagues in the coalition, the leadership of Peter Dutton and David Littleproud, the Nationals for coming out, drawing a line in the sand and saying no to this proposal very early in the piece so that Australians could understand that it was okay. It was okay to recognise that this was a bad proposal, a proposal that the Prime Minister failed to provide detail on. When we kept asking questions, we weren't receiving any answers whatsoever. We could not be shown with any clarity, or it could not be demonstrated how this proposal was supposed to support our most marginalised Indigenous Australians, those who belong to some of my close family members. For me, my family experienced 3 funerals yesterday. For me, my family are still sitting in communities where largely they have been exploited for the purpose of somebody else's agenda. This referendum has yet been another one of those agendas where it was suggested that 80% of Indigenous Australians supported this proposal when we knew that was not the case. When I knew, having spoken to people throughout the Northern Territory, to Indigenous people from the Northern Territory and right across the country, particularly in my role as the Shadow Minister for Indigenous Australians, that a vast group of Indigenous Australians did not support this proposal. And it has been a shame that throughout the campaign that we have been accused of misleading this country through disinformation and misinformation when it was a campaign
I
with
wonder
no
how
information
people
whatsoever. And that we called out where the Australian people were being misled.
I wonder
Whether
how,
it was the
especially
claim
Maori
that
people
80%
in
of
New
Indigenous
Zealand,
Australians
I wonder how they're
supposedly
in.
supported this when they know that they didn't.
I wonder how they're
When it
thinking
was the
about
claim
this
that this was
because
just a
they have a
simple
similar
advisory
system
body, when the
over
words
there,
advice,
different
advice,
name, but something
or
similar
advisory
there.
didn't even
And
appear
it
in the
was
question
controversial
nor
at
the
the time,
proposed
but
chapter.
it worked.
The
It
Australian
worked
people were
there,
misled and the Australian people
yeah.
saw this for themselves. And
It
that is
worked and
why
people were happy
the
and-
Australian people decided to vote no to this proposal. I look forward to the future. I realise that much work has to be done for us to be brought together as a country because it has been such a challenging and heart-wrenching time for many Australians. For those of you that voted yes, please know that we as a coalition have always got the best interests of all Australians at heart. We want to make sure that we are fighting for a better future for all Australians. But going forward, we need to prioritise where our most marginalised are. As I've always said, the gap doesn't exist between Indigenous Australia and non-Indigenous Australia. It exists between our most marginalised that we know whose first language is in English, who live in remote communities, and the rest of Australia, including the middle-class Aboriginal Australia that are doing really well for themselves, for ourselves. We need to focus our efforts to where our marginalised exist. And we need to listen to their voices. And as Peter said, no longer listen to the voices of the activists, of those pushing ideology onto us. The Australian people have said no to this. The Australian people want practical outcomes, a unified country where we can move forward together. Once again, I want to thank the Australian people for delivering this result. We hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
Well said, Jacinta. Very happy to take questions.
Opposition Leader, the referendum is now clearly defeated. What is the first thing you're going to do tomorrow for Indigenous Australians?
Well, I think the most important thing we can do is continue the work of Jacinta Price and Karen Little. They will lead a process on behalf of the coalition to look at our policies that we'll take to the next election. I can announce that tonight. As I said, we called last year for a Royal Commission into child sexual abuse within Indigenous communities, and the government should take up that offer immediately. There's bipartisan support in relation to that very important issue, the sanctity of those children, their childhood, and making sure that we support them and reduce violence and domestic violence in those Indigenous communities is absolutely central to our plan. The work that Jacinta and Karen will be doing will concentrate very much on calling out where the money is not being spent appropriately, where it's being diverted, and making sure that the money that taxpayers work hard for and give to the government, that money can be spent appropriately and prioritised in those communities where the practical need is most. And for families, for education, for health, that's what Australians have voted for today. They haven't rejected Indigenous Australians. They've rejected the voice and the government's proposal, which deliberately wasn't explained to them. But they haven't rejected Indigenous Australians, and we are all dedicated to making sure that we can do everything possible to improve their lives.
Why do you think the No campaign was so successful?
I think there are a number of reasons. Clearly, Australians were always going to reject a proposition which divided us into different categories. One of the great attributes of the Australian public is that we all see ourselves as equal. And it doesn't matter if you came here 6 months ago, as Jacinta and I have repeated as we've gone around the country, or 60 years ago, or 65,000 years of ancestry in this country. We're all equal. We're all equal Australians. And I think the Australian public rejected the Prime Minister's proposition to divide us on the basis of ancestry or race, and that's a great thing for our country. We shouldn't shy away from that. Our nation's rule book is incredibly important. It underpins the success of our country, and Australians have stood up today to defend that, to defend our history and to make sure that our future is certain. And Jacinta and the work that she's done, Warren, Karen and others, they've been key advocates in much of that messaging, but I think Australians have risen up tonight. They've stared down division. They've rejected a proposition that wasn't properly explained to them. And I think Australians should be very proud of that outcome.
Senator Price, a generation of Indigenous leaders like Noel Pearson and Marcia Langton have campaigned for the last 15, 16 months, indeed in some cases for decades, for a voice to Parliament. They've been roundly defeated tonight. They've also been time during this campaign personally critical of you. Is it time for that older generation of Indigenous leaders to lead the stage, and has the torch passed to you?
I think it's time for a new era in Indigenous policy, in the Indigenous narrative. We have to step away from grievance. Attempting to bring about change through grievance has evidently got us nowhere. It's time to accept that we are all part of the fabric of this nation, that Indigenous Australians are also Australian citizens, that Indigenous children, their human rights should be upheld just as any other kids. We should not be lowering standards. We should not maintain the racism of low expectations in this country. Certainly those that have been there for decades, I think it is time to recognise that if you haven't been able to bring about the outcomes that you have seemingly worked for, then obviously it has not worked. It is time for a change. It is time to apply more accountability to those who are responsible for the lives of our most marginalised. And certainly myself and my colleague, Karen Little, are absolutely up for that work going forward. And no more, again, can we continue to listen to academics and activists from the inner cities who think that they know better for Indigenous Australians, particularly in remote communities.
The Prime Minister spoke of the role of the media, the role of the No campaign. But of course, it was he who decided the timing, he who decided not to change the language, he who decided that once it wasn't bipartisan, that it was to continue. What is the lesson the Prime Minister has to learn, not just about the result, but the way that this all played out?
Well, Paul, I think there's a real arrogance in the way in which the Prime Minister's approached his discussion with the Australian people. Even tonight in his speech, you can hear the words almost of contempt for the Australian people dripping from what he's saying, and that doesn't have any place. About 65 or 70% of Australians, depending on where you are in the country, have expressed a very strong rejection of the Prime Minister's proposal. The Prime Minister was warned over the course of the last 16 or 17 months not to proceed with this divisive referendum, and he owes the Australian public. There are many indicators along the way that should have been red flags for the Prime Minister to say that he was taking the country to a point of division. And I just don't think strong leaders do that. I mean, clearly he wants to please everybody. He's not across the detail, which is why it couldn't be explained to the Australian people. And Australians aren't stupid. They're not going to vote for something where the detail is kept deliberately from them. The design of the voice wasn't scheduled to start until Monday, maybe a couple of days' time, if there was a yes tonight. I mean, that's unbelievable. There's no constitutional convention. And the design wasn't taking place until after people had voted. And I think on that basis, the Prime Minister really needs to listen to the Australian public instead of just words of arrogance again. He needs to listen to the very clear message that he's been sent tonight by millions of Australians instead of telling them that they got it wrong. I just don't think that's what the leader of our country should be saying.
Mr. Dutton, you've called for an audit of the spending on Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander affairs, and Mr. Mundine also called for a comprehensive audit when he gave his interview earlier today. You're part of the government that was in power for almost 10 years up until recently. Why don't you know where that money was spent? Why do you need to ask where that money was spent as your government was spending it?
Well, firstly, Australians work hard for their money, and at the moment, Australians are really doing it tough.
Do you work hard for your money?
More for their electricity, they're paying more for their gas, they're paying more for their mortgage, they're paying more for their petrol, and Australians are really struggling, not just families, but small businesses. And so they expect their hard-earned tax dollars to be spent appropriately. And I think it's entirely reasonable to say to the Prime Minister, is the money being spent appropriately? And where it is, and where we're confident that a program is working really well, we should scale it up. Jacinda's got an excellent idea in relation to putting accommodation into some of the schools in the Northern Territory so that kids can get a good night's sleep, so that they can be fed, so that they can be housed safely. They're the sort of practical things that the government should be embracing now, but they haven't. And so I think it's entirely reasonable to ask the government to make sure that money is being spent appropriately, and that the huge amount of money that goes into the funnel at the top in Canberra that becomes a trickle now into Indigenous communities is looked at. I don't think that's unreasonable, and I think there's a fair message in people's vote today that they want the government to be able to do that. Thank you very much.
Okay, he's finished. Goodbye, Mr. Potato Head of Australian politics.
Leader Peter Dutton there speaking from Brisbane, saying that it's.
So that's it. That's that. Anyways, what I was So what did you think about that? What did you think about what Peter Dutton was saying?
Mr. Dutton. Peter Dutton was saying stuff that Peter Dutton would normally say because he's Peter Dutton.
This is the Mr. Potato Head of Australian politics.
Yes.
Anyways, what do you think about the results? It is obvious the results, but what do you think about them being a yes supporter and being on the side that didn't win?
I mean, it's unfortunate, but obviously you have to respect other people's opinions because that's how it works. But it's very unfortunate that I mean, both sides do have their reasoning. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, unfortunately.
Okay then. What do other people like other like friends and family of yours think about the results and all that?
Well, I haven't really spoken to them since the results have started being counted.
But
all I know
but-
is that my dad would be happy. My mum would not be happy.
So so your dad was a no supporter,
Yep.
and your mum a yes.
Yeah. I've already told you this, Matthew.
Perfect
Yesterday.
vote. Perfect.
Good
This
job,
is-
Aussie John.
There we go. Anyways, before we get going, what in the live chat, I can also I'm just gonna bring this up one more time. If any of you want to join, you can join here, but if you don't feel up to it, that's all right. But anyways, if you're yeah. So anyways, what are your guys' opinion? Anybody in the live chat? What's your opinion on the results? What do you think it's a good thing? It's a bad thing? What do you think about the speeches that you have you've just seen just there? Yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to continue having a look on here. We are so anyways, we're gonna I'm gonna go, and first of all I'm gonna check out New Zealand. So 96% of the vote has already been counted. 96%. So we're pretty much basically done. 13 out of 72 electorates have been finalised. So 50 seats for the Nationals, 34 for Labour, Green 14, ACT is 11, New Zealand First is 8, Maori is 4 seats, and I'm not expecting that to change. The Opportunities Party, they're probably very close, but not enough to get enough seats, because this is also counting both electorates, and also the party votes as well. Yeah. So yeah, bad day for Labour, great day for ACT, maybe yeah, ACT and Nationals there. And then with the no campaign, it's pretty much 41 yes, 59 no, 40%. They're probably going to, and I'm just gonna jump on the bandwagon early. Western Australia, 13% of the vote in, but about 60% of people are saying no there. I can pretty much say that this is probably not going to change. I can say that Western Australia is going with the nose. Is going with the nose. This is basically what it's like. About 2/3 of people in Queensland voted no. It was and also quite a lot of people voted no in the Northern Territory in South Australia, followed by Western Australia, Tassie, and New South Wales here. Victoria was probably the closest to flipping, but to the yes, but that hasn't happened. Only place was that voted yes was the ACT, but they don't really count because of the territories, because they don't count towards state majority. They're not a part of the state majority here. So a majority of people voted no, and a majority of states, all the states voted no. So so majority in all the states voted no. So there's no way that so the referendum has failed.
Yeah.
That's basically it. And there's quite like a lot of it is quite solidly no. Here we go. And in Perth, electorate of Perth is pretty overwhelmingly yes, and then Curtin and Fremantle tilt a sort of lean yes. ACT is quite firm yes. over here, Bradfield, McKellar, Warringah, North Sydney, Grainler, Sydney, Wentworth, Kingsford Smith, Cunningham, Newcastle.
Newcastle, yes.
Yes. Richmond has just flipped to no, which is pretty surprising actually, because especially with Byron Maynell. Brisbane, yes. Same with Griffith, Morton, Ryan, and Lidley, but everywhere, but literally pretty much the rest of the state has voted no, including Leichhardt, which is as I've already mentioned, quite a large Torres Strait Islander population. They voted no. Lingari here has voted no, and same with Solomon, which is pretty much basically the electorate for Darwin, has voted no, and then that is about it for the Northern Territory. Northern Territory's voted no. Western Australia voted. South Australia, only one electorate, Adelaide, has voted yes, and it's been quite close there. Everywhere else, no. In Melbourne, Maribyrnong, Wills, Cooper, Jagga, Kooyong, Chisholm, Hotham, Isaacs, Goldstein, McNamara, Jellybrand, Higgins, Melbourne. They have voted yes. Everywhere else is no. Everywhere else is no at the moment, and then in Tassie, Franklin and Clark have voted yes, which Clark is basically just Hobart. Everywhere else is no. So yeah, so that's it. So it's very, very, very. It's quite clear that it's a no. So yeah, so that's it. And you can see here, like Barawa, that's pretty big no. It's better than other players, but Benelong, no. Reed, no. Parramatta, no. Mitchell, Greenway, Chifley, Lindsay out in Penrith. That is a very solid no. Same with McMahon, Werriwa, Blackstone, that's a very solid no. Same with Banks and Cook. So yeah, so that is, but yeah, so that is basically, there's nothing else is going to change here. I can say with pretty good certainty that Western Australia is going to be no, and yeah, and they've just said it on here on the ABC that it's a no as well. So anyways, before I go, my anyways, say goodbye to everybody, Max. Say bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. See ya. But anyways, with so my opinion on this, I've been trying to keep myself sort of not too biased with the voice when I've been speaking about it publicly, but I can sort of say it. I can sort of say it now with without too many consequences. But yeah, I think that it's going to be a decision. I think that the decision tonight will be a decision that in the end we will regret. In the end, I think that the voice would have been, if it was explained properly and people understood it more, or they basically just did it last year, it'd be fine. And I think in the end, a lot of people wouldn't notice too many differences, and most people would be fine and just be a part of the voice, just a part of a normal day, everyday life. It'd be fine. I think that it's Yeah, I don't think the Voice would have been like a big scary monster going after all of us. Of course, it's not the last solution, the last step towards reconciliation or anything like that, but it's an important step. And I think what's going to happen is that no matter what no matter what Tony or Peter Dutton say, they're going to what will happen is that for decades, the exact same thing with a public referendum. Even now, even when we say, oh well, we should have a referendum on becoming a republic, they say, oh well, we had a referendum in 1999 where the people voted to remain a monarchy. That is basically what's going to happen with any kind of like treaty. Like if we ever decide that we want the Voice back, even if it's not enshrined in the Constitution, or we want to have treaty truth, follow the Uluru Statement from the Heart. I think that it's going to. I think that this is going to backfire on any kind of future reconciliation, closing the gap or anything like that. I think that's going to backfire. But yeah, it's when because politicians are just going to say, oh well, we had a referendum on this. Everybody said no, so too bad. So yeah, it's. I know that people in the No campaign had valid points in there, but I think that unfortunately it became incredibly divisive, and it's become so incredibly toxic, and I'm quite disappointed with how the Voice was treated, and it could have been quite and it could have been quite easily been fixed. It could have quite easily been have been resolved. It could have easily been a lot more peaceful than it was, and I think that and I think internationally it's going to backfire. We already have quite a bad reputation about helping out First Nations people, like Stolen Generation and White Australia policy. And I think that pretty much everybody across the world is going to, even if it's true or not, it's not true. People are just going to accuse us of being racist. That's what they're going to do. And yeah, it's. I think that the decision that we've made today, as a country, I think that we will regret it in the end, and only time will tell. But I think that it's going to be something that will have its consequences, for years to come. But anyways, that's all from me. Well, pretty much all from me. Stupid fly, shoe. Anyways, please stay safe, everybody. Please stay safe. And hope you'll have a great day tomorrow and into the future. And hopefully we can move on from this, and we can move on to greater things. So yeah, thank you very much, and have a great rest of the night, everybody. Good night. At least this time wasn't like midnight, but yeah, good night.